Happy Crimson Tuesday, everybody. Sykes Animations, Beta Human, Mousimus. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Post-launch party, we did it. We did it. And, yeah, wow. Sakuraka, Happy Crimson Tuesday. Yes, the first post-Crimson Tuesday. We were here, as usual. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing, isn't it? The lighting, you can see the moon a little bit through the hair. I never know what to do with the lighting. It always looks weird. It's never great. But I moved this lighting thing down because I didn't like the shadow, and now my head's see-through. But it's fine. It's all fine. Just a Jeffy, Happy Crimson Tuesday. The Benjamin Rivers, One Short Eye, BMD Nerd, Lost Train Nerd. Happy Crimson Tuesday, everybody. We're gonna party. We're gonna party Julia style as usual, which means we're going to quietly work on pixel art in a little bit. It's the same. It is the same, Benjamin Rivers. Let's give a shout out to Benjamin Rivers, who has announced his game, and you can drop the link in there if you want. Crimson Diamond is out. It's launched. The launch discount is still available. It's available until this Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm assuming, because that's the full week. Artistic Coolies, Kobold Wicks, Happy Crimson Tuesday, Cosmic Void. You can buy it in two places. You can buy it on Steam, that has the 10% launch discount, and you can buy it on itch.io as well, which does not have the 10%. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the cheer, Kobold Wicks. Thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. Whoa, 1,000 bits. Yikes. Thank you. And thank you so much for buying Benjamin Rivers as well. Evil Tentacle, good to see you as well. Artistic Ulysses, also thank you for buying the game. Okay, the reason why I'm so sorry that there's no launch discount for the itch.io launch, because when I was putting the game up on itch.io, I didn't know that if you want to put a launch discount on itch.io, at least as far as I understand, you have to put the game up for regular price, and then you immediately then have to apply a discount to the now active product. But I couldn't find any, when I was putting the product up to launch, I couldn't find that, and so I just was also really tired, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can't do a launch discount. And then someone told me that you can, and then by the time someone told me you can, I think 5 people had already bought it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be unfair to those people, so it stays at that price, unfortunately. So I'm so sorry. Yeah. Oh, Benjamin Rivers knows. Yeah. itch.io is a bit trickier than that, and yeah, I was not optimal at that time either, because it'd been a lot of late nights, pre-launch and all that, and I'm still not 100%. Yeah, I'm still on 2 naps a day, which is not my normal, but a journeyman, Happy Crimson Tuesday. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been really good. I was so worried, I was so worried that it wouldn't to go, and I don't even know if I can be more specific than that, because that's what anxiety is like. It's just extremely general, just for whatever reason. There's so many reasons that things can go wrong. The Steam backend is tricky, and hard to understand. But I was fortunate that I had some amazing testers. I still have some amazing testers who basically literally walked me through the whole process, even though I had done the process before for playtests builds and stuff. I was at that point that I just needed to make sure, just walk through everything, because like I said, I hadn't slept very much, and I didn't want to mess it up, and they were so kind and patient to walk me through every step. And we did it. We put it up. No serious problems. There were a few kind of not game-stopping bugs necessarily, but we put out a quick patch over the weekend as well, and now I'm going to be prioritizing the rest of the bugs, because there's been, it's not perfect. There's still plenty of bugs to go, and a few that I'm going to prioritize. But yeah, I'm organizing all that, and I'm going to get started on that tomorrow. That's now my post-launch life, at least for the time being. Mike Clem, Happy Crimson Tuesday. Ian Seagull, Ian Pulpo, Happy Crimson Tuesday as well. Put a couple screen caps of the game on my old school PC with EGA CRT monitor, and the artwork looks so good. Thank you. I am so glad to hear that. Oh no, it's TV. Yeah, also Happy Crimson Tuesday. Ghost Girl Blues as well. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Kobold Wicks, didn't realize you were so close to launch when I waved at you at Fanfare. Oh my god, you deserve all the naps. Yeah, two today. Hopefully I'm not going to do a third. I haven't been a 3-nap person yet, but it's been 2. It's been a solid 2. So what happens is, I get up in the morning and I have lunch, because that's when I get up. I get up at lunchtime, and then I have lunch, and then I'm like, I need to have a nap now, which is not usual, but hopefully I can get over that. Tika, Happy Crimson Tuesday. Oh, okay, yes. Benjamin Rivers says, There's always something. We launched our demo with 2 awful bugs that we had to patch. Yeah, it happens. It's not perfect. And Summer B, speaking of my wonderful tester, Summer, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for testing as well. Yeah, no, my journeyman, my testers have been incredible. Like, I would not be here without them. They would have been in much worse shape if they hadn't been so amazing and dedicated. Adrian Bauer, good evening. Oh no, Fearless Flyer. There is still the haunted bathtub is still there, and I've watched lots of people play, and I've at least watched 2 streamers find the haunted bathtub. I've tried to fix it. It's not a high priority. It's not even a medium priority. It's Muck Monster, happy Crimson Tuesday. The haunted bathtub might just stick around for a little bit because there's, like I said, there's a lot of bugs, and it's just I don't know. We'll see. It might even just stay in. You like it that way, Fearless Fly? Yeah, I mean, it's got a charm to it. Old plumbing. Yes, Disaster Squad. I did do some relatively small fixes. Nothing was super bad. Like, there were a couple things that were kind of bad. Like, one of the achievements was not working at all, and the reason for that is there was a space in the name of the achievement on Steam that shouldn't have been there. And the thing is first of all, yes, very tired, but second of all, the font that the Steam achievement titles are in is like it's really hard to see those spaces, and I did end up fixing it. And then I didn't tell anybody that. I just said that I fixed that achievement now it works. And one of my testers was like, checked the log of the updates and said, oh lol, like yeah, there's a space, like literally the simplest thing. Of course that's the last thing I checked too. I checked everything else to see why it wasn't working, and it was just a space in the name. It's fine. It's all fine. Yes, and I'm so happy that everyone has been super positive with the reviews. It's been really, really nice to see. It's been I've said this before, is that it's been a long development time, and it can be really hard to see that it's a fun game, It's hard to see that. It's not fresh for me anymore. But I will say that when I got my testers on there, and they seem to enjoy it a lot, that helped me with that. But then especially seeing players play it and be so excited to play it and then enjoying it. I've been watching as many streams as I possibly can. I can't get to them all, but I've been really enjoying the ones that I've seen. And seeing people enjoy it so much and reading all the reviews that people have left. It feels like, oh yeah. It is good and fun, which I was hoping for, but it's kind of, it was hard for me to see that myself anymore. So I can see it through other people's eyes now. And it feels real good. Justin Jeffrey, I managed 1 complete playthrough so far. Congratulations, GG. I don't think I did very well. Lots more to figure out. Yeah, this I did try. Adventure games have this thing where it's kind of hard to put replay value in them. I tried my best to put replay value in it, and I'm not going to talk about specifics yet because I feel like it's too early to actually talk about the game in specifics. Like, I don't want to spoil it. I'm still going to be a non-spoilery channel. I'm not sure when we'll change that because it might be interesting to actually talk about the full game, which I haven't done, but it's not time to do that yet because a lot of people want to play, still haven't got around to it, so we're not going to do that today. And I guess that's just a reminder for chat, like, don't talk about any plot specifics or anything because it's still really, really, really early days. It hasn't even been a week, but I imagine at some point I will do a whole thing where I talk about in detail everything, because that's another thing is there are things that I had planned in the game from the very beginning of the game. From the beginning of development, that I thought, oh, that would be a really cool callback, and I can't wait for people to see that. But people literally did not see that for like 6 more years, and now people are seeing those things, and that's also really exciting. Tika, I like the stories and lore that people are making about unintended scenes, action, and bugs. My everyone, happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, Tika, I've been in a little bit of the community hub. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. I've been in the community hub a little bit. I haven't really been reading I've been basically just looking for bugs right now. But it just seems like people are having a really good time in there, which is really nice to see. Oh, nice. Okay, Disaster Squad, you're going to wait till things settle down and stream soon. That's good because, yeah, I mean, sometimes I've been sending, like, streamers keys and things. And they say, oh, I'm so sorry, I won't be able to get to this until, like, way later. And I tell them that's actually perfect because that'll just, hopefully remind people that the game still exists in like a week or a month's time, or, during the holidays or anything like that. So yeah, definitely no pressure at all to stream it right now. Because I would like it to stick around and be in people's faces for a little bit longer, Just catch up a little bit. Yeah, the bathtub never empties. The bathtub is haunted. It's okay though. It is part of the lore. Some people had made up really sweet stories about the bathtub, and so we're not going to get into that. But yeah, it's kind of nice. Point and click star. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Good to see you. Yeah, Havorius as well. It's nice to see you. Hero Superior as well. My wife and I are loving the game so far. The art is so good. Thank you. Yeah, Summer, it's fresh, hip, and groovy for the rest of us. Summer, you've been wonderful. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for the resub, Havorius. Thank you so much for that. There we go. Deluxe Talks, I've been avoiding streams because I'm not finished. Just finished chapter 5 before stream. Yeah, yes, that's totally understandable. And thank you, Cobalt. It says someday you will have enough space from your game that you will come to love it wholeheartedly. It's amazing. I do love it. I do love it wholeheartedly. It's just a matter of, you know, it's just hard to see it through those fresh eyes, I think, still. I mean, even up till the very end, when things were getting really super harrowing with trying to finish it and push it out the door, I still loved working on it. I did. And I think I've said this on stream before. It's because I know that you don't want to make it about you, and you don't want to just make it personal or whatever, but it's like, I've been working on this for so long, and Dan, of course, you know, we're going to visit Dan, we're going to raid Dan in a little bit, but Dan, of course, did the music, but then everything else I made, and so it's kind of hard not for me to take it personally, and that's not to say, like, when people have feedback that's really good and constructive criticism, like, I don't feel bad, like, that doesn't bother me, I'm glad for it, but of course, yeah, I still think of it as an extremely personal project, and so when I continued to work on it, even like late into development, I felt like I was working on myself in a weird way. I don't know. That's probably not healthy, but that's just how I see it. And that's, to me, was a good thing. And it was therapeutic almost, I'd say. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys so much. I'm not going to, there's so many wonderful comments. I'm not going to read all the wonderful comments, but thank you guys so much. And I'm not going to read aloud all the wonderful comments, but thank you so much. Oh, okay, Marwin found a funny bug. Good. Good. Yeah, GOG, I'm working on a GOG release, Tika. I have to, like, I'm gonna go, like, poke them again and see how that's going, because I did fill out all the forms eventually, but, you know, I'm sure they're very busy. Okay, good to see you, Jadalers, as well. Put my teacup down. Okay. Randomness break, happy Crimson Tuesday. Any chance we get a Crimson Diamond OST or even links to listen to the music on YouTube? Yes, Dan is working on that. I think that might even be something that we work on a bit tonight with Dan, where he's mastering the tracks. And I asked him what that means, and he kind of explained it, but it might be better just to show. We're definitely going to be doing some stuff with the soundtrack, which definitely going to be a separate release that you'll be able to buy as like a Crimson Diamond bundle. Oh, Benethan, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, sorry, for the follow. I've been doing anonymous follows, and now I'm messing that up. But thank you for the follow. Yeah, Dan is going to have a separate soundtrack that will be available on the Steam store. Also on something, I can't remember which one he likes. Like, I know there's Bandcamp, and I know there's other ones, and I don't remember which one he likes. But whatever that one is, it will be up on that, and we can talk to him about that when we get to him. And we do still have a MIDI album planned, because the music was composed on a Roland MT32. And the music in the game is OGG files, or OGG, I don't even know what you're supposed to call them, but there are OGG files in the game because, you know, compatibility. Most people, you know, most people are not going to really want to deal with sound fonts and everything. But they will be MIDIs, and Dan has already bought a disc duplicator from like the 80s or something, and I've seen it. It's incredible. It's like this big, heavy, like very industrial looking thing, and he's bought discs, and it's something we're gonna do in the near future. Hopefully, that's gonna happen. So there are music plans in the works. It's just a matter of we had to just get the launch settled, and then we'll figure other stuff out too. Oh, and Seagull, yeah, I'm glad you love the in-game music. I love the music, of course. Like, Dan is incredibly talented. Last stream he was on, he was mentioning that he's now going to be working with Lori and Corey Cole on their new project, which is very, very exciting. Oh yeah, Summer, I loved working on the game myself. I love it because I got to do writing, and I got to do animation, I got to do art, I got to do game design, everything. I enjoyed every aspect of it. And of course, I even enjoy, like, the promoting and marketing part. I enjoy that too, because this is part of that. I wouldn't have started doing this if I wasn't like, I have to show my game to people and tell people about my game. But it's brought so much more than that, you know? Like, it's brought me, like, a bunch of awesome Twitch friends now. And this incredible Twitch, retro Twitch community and everything. Yeah, it's all kind of all connected. And I've enjoyed every bit of it. So I feel like, I think this is my thing. Hey, Robert Facer, happy Crimson Tuesday. Good to see you. Yeah, exactly. Adrian Bao knows more, I think, than most. Says it's really hard to disentangle yourself from something that's part of your lifestyle and identity for these kinds of long projects. Adrian Bauer was on the team, it's a pretty small team, who made Owlboy. So Adrian Bauer knows all about long projects. And that's another one where it took, 8 years, I think, was the development time for Owlboy. And, you know, people were, asking, where's this game? And you were patient, and you waited until it was ready, and you put it out, and people love it. So, you know all about that. Ah, Tika says, I hope you're proud of the game. It's more polished than 90% of the games that come out now. That's good to know. I always tell you guys, this is my first game that I ever made, and the coding is horrific. And whenever I have to show my coding to testers to get help, I find it humiliating. But I know it's for the greater good, and so I'll do it, but it is humiliating to show people my code. That's another, like, there is ambient music and ambient sound outside the lodge, but I couldn't really come up with anything for inside the lodge too much, besides like maybe creaking noises. But I know I didn't really have any for that. It was kind of like almost like a last minute thing to add even the outside ambient stuff. Hello, Distracted MOSFET. Happy Crimson Tuesday. I did live. I'm alive still. It's incredible. I feel sometimes not so alive, but hopefully I'll get on a better sleep schedule. On my way. Ryan Clader, happy Crimson Tuesday. Good to see you. Fantastic. Thank you. And Chopin as well. Chopin952, thank you so much as well. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Bizzle P9 and happy Crimson Tuesday. Justice and happy Crimson Tuesday. Ooh, I see a Nalvara emoji. I should mention what we're going to be up to this week with Nalvara, in fact. So let me get into business. There's not a lot of business to cover. We're going to get into giveaways real soon. In fact, we're probably going to do one almost now. I just want to catch up on chat, and then we're going to do a giveaway. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, second account, like a DOS port from AGS is... I don't know if that's possible anymore. I think I was seeing something on Twitter about how AGS is not DOS compatible anymore, potentially. I don't know. Probably if there's a will, there's a way. But yeah, like I said, I'm not a technical person, so I leave it to other people. The Double Red, happy Crimson Tuesday. Thank you so much. Congrats on launch. Thank you. Oh, look, Adrian Bell, longer than 8 years on Owlboy, technically. Details. Hey, Adventure Game Geek says, hey, Julia, did you hear about this brilliant game called The Crimson Diamond just came out? Snowy P, good to see you. Thank you so much for the resub. I'm going to give Adventure Game Geek a shout out. Adventure Game Geek is part of the Adventure Game Hotspot network and is an incredible adventure game YouTuber. And I did meet you again. Was it this third time I've met you at an event? I'm back at the Adventure Game Hotspot Fan for last month in Tacoma, Washington, which was incredible. Edmund Detour, happy Crimson Tuesday as well. Armaker, happy Crimson Tuesday. We're gonna party. Jeff Chi, happy Crimson Tuesday. I'm curious if you think you spent more development time on the artwork, animation, or the coding and writing. That's a really good question. If I had to guess, I might say that it might be pretty even, because I got faster at the art. I got much faster on the art as I went through, but there have been stopping points in the coding of the game where I was totally stuck on and I needed help. And then of course all the bug fixing and everything has taken a lot of time. But maybe on the whole, they might be even. I will say though, like the writing of the actual story and the characters, that took like the least amount of time. I found that stuff really easy. Well, not easy, well, relatively easy compared to everything else. I would say in terms of ease that I found things to be easy, I would say the writing was the easiest part. The art was like the second easiest part. Game design was probably third easiest, and the hardest was the coding. Okay. Saknakau says, there have been 1 or 2 successful ports of AGS to DOS over the years, but it's not like there's a maintained path to make that possible. Yeah, my game is not optimized to anything. 6-7, happy Crimson Tuesday. Good to see you as well. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, how speedrunnable is the Crimson Diamond? There are people working on this right now, so hopefully we'll see something at some point. And yeah, how are the chances of a sequel looking? Well, so I think it's too early to tell. I mean, it's gonna happen. It was gonna happen regardless. Even if the launch failed spectacularly and it never sold a single copy and it wasn't even on sale at all, I would be making a sequel anyway. That's for sure. But it just, as I've mentioned before, depends if I can just dedicate myself full time to it. That's the whole thing. And it could be a matter of this game potentially funding. And if this game cannot fully fund a sequel, I might maybe partially do a Kickstarter or something, you know? That's kind of my thought. In which case, it's probably looking pretty good that I could be able to dedicate myself to it full time. I mean, it looks fairly likely, although I cannot help myself, and I still like to work on other projects from time to time. And I feel a little bad saying that, but I think one of the reasons that this has worked out so well for me is I have taken on other projects during the development, although in the last couple of years I didn't. But upcoming, at the very least, I'm going to be working on Legends of Adventure, that Sierra documentary that just got 400% backed on BackerKit. I'm going to be working with Cade and the rest of them on graphics for that, which I'm very excited to do. And how could I say no? I mean, I could be doing graphics for, like, you know, Sierra people, about Sierra people. How could I say no to that? So that's going to happen. That's going to well, like, yeah, I knew that was going to start happening after launch, which is why I thought I could do it. But yeah, I mean, there's still going to be things here and there that I'm going to want to do while I'm doing my own development, and hopefully it won't take as long, because I learned a lot this time, like a lot, and it's gonna the bugs. I'm thinking it's going to be so much better organized next time, and I've learned things to do and things not to do. So yeah, we're going to see. The sequel will happen one way or the other, so I promise you that. Common Pansy, happy Crimson Tuesday. Would playing the Colonel's Bequest before the Crimson Diamond be advisable? Yeah, probably. Yeah, why not? I say yes. Evil Dennis R. This is Adventure Game Studio 3.6.0, to be exact. Yeah, Seagull, I love doing the little animations, although sometimes the little animations would take me like a whole day to do. But yeah, just in this example about the backgrounds, very, very late in the game, there is there's a background that is from one of the endings, and that took me like 2 days to do. But I also think I was really anxious, and I kind of pushed to get it all done in 2 days. But I was kind of impressed that I got it done in 2 days, because it's kind of a complicated looking scene. But yeah, that's another reason why I think the development of the next one will take less time than this, because I have gotten faster at the actual art. I know you wouldn't know that to see the actual streaming that I've been doing of the art, but it has been faster. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much. Okay. Benjamin Rivers asks, have I ever showed how you outline the story? I have not shown that part of it, but I think I've described it before, which is I had an Adobe Illustrator file, and I had columns for each chapter, and I'd have like color-coded paragraphs for each character that I would move around from column to column to try to make sure that things logically progressed. I did that for a while, to when I was doing preliminary, and I've got that somewhere still, I think, and there's some like really weird notes in there. So yeah, that's another thing where maybe in a while, I don't know when, I will start opening up some of that stuff where I'll show you guys those weird notes. I don't know how people organize this stuff usually. I looked up some stuff like while I was doing mine, and I thought that would have been good to do that, but I didn't. Right. Yes, a sequel is in the works. Well, not yet, but I do have notes. So, and I have a tentative title already, which is great because the Crimson Diamond, that title came like way late in development, although still 6 years ago, even. All right. Okay, we're gonna do a giveaway. You know what? I'm never gonna catch up on the chat, so we're just gonna do a giveaway now. How about that? Okay. The first giveaway is gonna be a Steam key for the game. Let's do that first. And the giveaways that I do, are these. You gotta guess a number from 1 to 100. Okay. Random number. Okay. Here we go. I will tell you when you should start guessing, and the first person to guess the correct number will win a Steam key for the Crimson Diamond. Ruby and Pixels, it's so good to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday. I'm so happy to see that you had fun with the game. And thanks so much again for streaming it. Yes, Lelouch Hero, happy Crimson Tuesday. Okay, we're gonna do it. Okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do a roll, okay? This hold on. And you're starting to do a giveaway. Giveaway has started. To win, enter a number from 0 to 100. First person to guess it wins. Oh my gosh! That Benethan, happy Crimson Tuesday. You won. Why did I say happy Crimson Tuesday is now standing for congratulations? Benethan won. Benethan already won. I'm so sorry. That was very fast. Benethan, congratulations. Let me write this down. Okay, Benethan, please message me on Twitch with an email that I can send that to. Benethan, congratulate. That was so fast. Usually you guys are way worse at that. First key. Congratulations. Yeah, please, Benethan, message me, and I will give you your key at the after stream. After stream. Hey, Bilkin, great to see you, by the way. Happy Crimson Tuesday, and thank you so much. Okay. Oh yeah, Fearless Flyer says, even our protagonist being able to sit down and feed Crash was all the craze in Macaw 45 stream. You know, it's so funny you mention that. Because I watched Retrograde Tom play it as well, and it blew his mind that he could sit down in the lodge, and it was like one of my favorite stream moments that I've seen of people playing the game. Greg Best, happy Crimson Tuesday as well. Ooh, your first game of this type, so you're excited. Yeah, let me know how you like it, because I'm trying to reach people who've never played a text parser. And I'm hoping they're enjoying it. And I've heard some really positive things from Ruby and Pixels, for example. This was her first text parser game. And that was really, really excellent to see. Don't eat the squid. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Okay, so I'm just going to try to catch up to chat again. Okay, here we go. Oh, slow mode. Yeah, I should put slow mode on. Which I don't know how to do. Kevin Dream, happy Crimson Tuesday. Draconic Dude as well. Okay, we're going to do another thing in a bit. Oh yeah, something else I want to mention. Oh, Kakalako, Gomez, I'm happy Crimson Tuesday. I want to give a shout out to Navara. Navara is an incredible streamer. Navara has already been streaming the Crimson Diamond. And I would like to say that on Thursday, what's the time? What time on Thursday? Thursday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, I will be co-streaming with Navara. We're gonna talk Crimson Diamond. Navara has been playing the Crimson Diamond. I think she was playing it earlier today. That was her second time playing it, I think. Second or third. Maybe it was her second time playing it earlier today. Anyway, so we're going to get on. I'm going to get on her stream. We're going to try to do a thing where I'm going to, through my OBS, I'm going to show her stream. So if you want to come to see the stream on my channel, you'll be able to see it on my channel. If you want to go to Navara's channel, you can watch it there. And we're going to talk about the game. And that's 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. Jeff G says, I didn't realize how satisfying solving text parser puzzles can be compared to point and click. Thank you. I'm so glad that you're finding that, because, oh my gosh, Pink Bunny Cakes. Happy Crimson Tuesday to Pink Bunny Cakes. Gifting 10 tier 1 subs to the community. Thank you, Pink Bunny Cakes, for gifting a tier 1 sub to Reductive Matter, Trash Can Heckin' Chonker, Dom the Peng, Ruby and Pixels, Matchstork91, A Gosh Darn Grizzly Bear, Socrates, Tefla, Nazadexum, and Wanderer 2378. Thank you so much for that. That's been fantastic. We did our first giveaway. What else do I have to I don't think I have anything to show. Navara, we talked about Navara. That happened. Do I have anything for show and tell to show? I don't think so. Yeah, it's blank. I don't think I have anything to show here. I guess I could show the trailer. Why don't we show the trailer? And then we're going to get into, oh my gosh, thank you so much for the bits for Magpie. I should put that over here so it's on my face. Why don't we show the trailer, and then I'm going to introduce you to what we're going to be doing tonight for pixel art. And around 9:30ish, we're going to be rating Dan, and Dan's going to be mastering some of the tracks for the Crimson Diamond. Okay, trailer. Alright, trailer. Okay, and so this is another thing. I'm very careful with spoilers. I've been streaming for 4 years, the game development, and up until launch, no one except my testers and Roberta Williams knew what happened in the game. And I want to keep it that way for people who still haven't got around to playing it. This trailer does have clips from later on in the game besides Chapter 1. So please look away if you don't want to be spoiled. Please look away now, and I'll tell you when to look back. All right, that was okay. Anyone who is concerned about spoilers, you can now look back on the screen. And I just realized that's the wrong trailer. It should be the Out Now trailer, which that's fine. That's minor, and that goes out to Judith Butler's lover, someone a stream regular from days gone by, and hopefully we'll see them again. Okay, here we go. We are going to. There's a couple things I want to get into. I'm going to be doing some pixel art tonight, and I do EGA pixel art. There's two little things. There's a warm-up one that I want to do, and then there's something we're going to get into that I might carry on for the next few streams. I'll show you what that's going to be. All right. That is going to be... So this thing behind me, this is the key art, and this is one of the last pieces of art that we did together on the stream. I'm just checking to make sure that Dan hasn't messaged saying he's not coming. Okay, he's fine. Okay, no news from Dan is good news. Okay. This is the key art, and we did this together on stream. For the most part, we did this together on stream. And somebody said to me, actually, this was in one of the reviews, and I think someone else mentioned this to me too. But one of the reviews said they actually wish that the key art for the game was like pixel art and not like this one. Excuse me. And then somebody else. Thank you, by the way. Thank you so much for the bits as well, Sakana Kyle. Somebody mentioned to me that. That they were kind of looking, they were showing me dithers of the way EGA can be dithered at a different resolution. Like you can get so many different effects with the different colors. You can get like 255 like different dithering patterns, I think. And I was thinking, yeah, I've done EGA demakes before for other things. And would it be funny if we did an EGA demake of my key art? And maybe if it looks good, we'll replace the key art with like the EGA demake key art or something. That's what we're gonna do. Oh, okay. Dan says he's not coming. Okay. I'm back in focus. Dan the Band, by the way, if you don't know, Dan the Band is the musician behind the gorgeous music that is in the game. Who got me the ambient sound, outdoor sounds like at the last second, like 3 days before launch or something. So thank you for that, Dan. And let's give Dan a shout out. And we're going to be rating Dan. Dan, what do you say? Like 9:30ish maybe? Or earlier? Or what do you feel? What do you feel? Are you going to throw a wrench into my whole operation again? Okay, fine. Good. Okay, so that's Dan. We're going to be rating Dan whenever. Okay. We're going to get into... I want to at least get a start on this, and I do want to do my warm-up thing. And the warm-up thing takes a little bit of explanation, too. So this needs a warm-up thing. We did... last stream, we did together... we enpantsified some Pantsmo's Pantaloon Adventure sprites. And if you are not familiar with... oh, where's Pantsmo? I gotta load up Pantsmo. Give me one moment. If you're not familiar with Pantsmo's Pantaloon Adventure, it is a modded version. Where'd it go? It is a modded version of Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure. And the reason this exists is, again, I was mentioning how awesome the stream community is. And this is one of the reasons. Sonneveld, if you don't know about Sonneveld, Sonneveld is an excellent retro streamer. Sonneveld was playing Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure, and I was reminded of how little I like Cosmo, because he's a little alien who is just naked in the world, and I found that distasteful. And so Evil Tentacle, who is in chat right now, and Mzizzy, they got together and they put out this amazing, incredible Pantsmo's Pantaloon Adventure mod, where they invited me to add sprites to the game, modify sprites. Thank you for Dan for reaching a stream streak. Look, exactly, Plumerat, she's in there, and this is the game. You can actually get this now. This is available on Evil Tentacle's itch.io page. You can see it there, and it was modded using something called Komodo, which you can also find on that Nightbot link. And we have just been slowly adding more sprites to the game that have pants. Now, see, there's a little red guy in this, and he's quite common, and he doesn't have pants, and I find that I don't like it. We're gonna put pants on him as a warm up, and then we're going to work on a little bit of EGA demake of my own artwork, and then we're gonna rate Dan, and then continue with our evening. I feel like though, okay, let's get started, and then in the middle of working on putting pants on that little red devil, I will probably do another, maybe a merch giveaway will be next, so that I can get some fresh eyes on the little panted demon, or enpantsified demon. Okay. So, What do we got? What do we got? Ooh, I should change my... I changed my tag to art. 1 second. I gotta change my tag to art. There's an art to pantsifying and pantsifying sprites. Okay, great. So this is... Our warm-up is gonna be this. Okay, perfect. Here is... So this is the key art. We're not gonna do the key art yet, so we're just gonna shove it over here. We'll get to you. And I'm kind of afraid of what's gonna happen with the key art, because the key art does not have very much EGA, just naturally. It's gonna be a problem. Yeah, no, not a real diamond. It's gonna be just, you know, Crimson Diamond merch giveaway. MD Wall Street, happy Crimson Tuesday. This was being remastered like Monster Ranch. Yeah, I think it might be. I think I heard tell something like that as well. Crimson Diamond just where the local baseball team plays. Okay, here we go. This one. This one urgently needs pants, and he does look like he's tricky, but we're gonna be up for it. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna add another layer to this. Hopefully it's not gonna take too long. He does look tricky, but he's very common, which is bad. Young Billy and happy Crimson Tuesday. How's launch going? Launch is going quite well. Launch is going quite well at Young Billy in there, and more recordings. Happy Crimson Tuesday as well. Almond giveaway. Yeah, that's another thing. I would probably never do an almond giveaway because of nut allergies. But there's gonna be we gave away a gaming pad last time, but or bath mat or whatever. Your mileage may vary again. Dr. Mario, happy Crimson Tuesday. Let's get into this. Just popping into the game is fantastic. I'm over 40. It feels like games of my youth with some good quality of life updates. Thank you so much. So that's exactly the aim of those. Yes, what do we got here? Yeah, low-rise pants. Because looking at the side view of this fella, right? What do we have here? And I'm thinking for him, we could probably do the lighter pants. Although, of course, we can always change this. And I've mentioned before... So what do we got? Like, where do the pants start? That's always the first question philosophically here, is where do the pants start on these guys? And I've said before, I do like to preserve the lighting that's on these things. Oh, yeah, I'm going to probably need to save this as this, just the same thing. Low-rise pants. Yeah, low-rise pants. Overalls around his ears. I was thinking about overalls, but I feel like it would, I want him to, oh yeah, that's another thing. I have to put this in the corner like this so I can just quickly just take a peek. Thank you so much for the follow. Just enough to see that someone followed me. I do prefer just pants, because I do like to put belts on them if I can. That's kind of... Oh yeah, that's his foot. Hold on. Oh no. That's his foot. Okay, here we go. So we're going to just see how far we can get with this. So there's his foot. So it looks like he's wearing skinny jeans, actually. It's just kind of funny. Short shorts. Yeah, Evil Tentacle. Always ask yourself before starting a new project, where did the pants start? Yeah, the Lux talks. A lot of people fell in love with old Sierra games when they were between 8 and 12. I would love to get some kids around that age to stream the game to see their reactions. I've seen a few young kids just lock in at events, and it's really, really, really cool to see. Jaggings! Kakalako. Jaggings. Yeah, so we're gonna just quickly get in here. See, I don't know what's gonna happen, and that's part of the great treasure of this whole thing. So there, maybe that's his pants. I like to put a little belt on this, like a little cheeky belt. And I also like putting the seam of the jean as well, which means we might actually have to kind of cheat this a little bit and give him a seam, you know? Because I think a seam and pant, like on the side of pants like this, like pants do have them, but I feel like jeans are have that quite characteristically. Oh, it has to follow his there. Space jagging, spanking. No, we want these to be as traditional as possible. Maybe he could have like, you could even, and also yeah, can I put a belt on him? And what I've been doing on my guys is I've been making the belt, the dark side of the belt, kind of like the gray. Then I can put like a little belt loop, like so. It's kind of hard to see that they are pants in this because of this, just the view that this is at. But, I mean, it's not bad. We knew this one was going to be a challenge, but this is a priority fellow. It's not my best work. And that's actually what I want to do is, yeah, even in this guy, you're going to barely see anything on this view, which is kind of unfortunate. But hopefully what happens, like the animation will make this look better when he's in motion. Because right now, that's almost nothing, isn't it? What about this? I think this one actually, this view might help a lot, in fact. This view might help us get there. This guy has a lot of views. Yeah, they do. Like he'd have like, yeah, a little like cleavage point, like a butt cleavage back there, maybe, potentially. Oh, yeah. Here and here. And they sit quite low on his feet. Yeah, I mean, this is not going to be the same. Just because the size of the sprite, I think, is challenging. What I mentioned before, that one of my proudest ones is this dragonfly. You know, it just, when a bigger sprite is going to give you more opportunity to put more detail in. This little guy, it's just not gonna, it's impossible for him to be, you know, quite as good as that. Gundaki, Happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, it's hard to find space for genes. So we kind of temper our expectations here, right? We can just try to kind of give some kind of suggestion. I think that's pretty much as good as it's going to get with him, unfortunately. Like, even these ones are just his feet. Although, yeah, his feet are 2 pixels wide. So, yeah, these ones you don't see his pants at all, which is... that's how it's going to be, unfortunately. Yeah, if I made him a little taller, he has more real estate for pants. But, anyway, I think there's only so much you can do at this detail level. But that's okay, because you know what? It's better than nothing. It's infinitely better than what he has, him just strolling around like he was. Yeah, it's fine. Not my best work, but yeah, it's just a matter of and you know, and the plus side, this is a good warm up, and I'm not going to get too far into the key art one. But I do want to start it because I do want to show you guys what that process is like, because it's going to follow a similar process to when I usually do that, when I usually do a demake, which I haven't really shown the starting of that in a while. No, that has to be a different color to separate it. Congalang Monkey, happy Crimson Tuesday. I don't know what this is, what the actual thing is called. Like, the file name is SNIPALM, but that just might have been auto-generated. But yeah, I mean, we're nearly done with this, really. I'm keeping this in line. But he's a very common one, and we see him even in the first level of the game. In fact, I will play some, oh no. I will play a touch of Pantsmo to demonstrate what it looks like currently, the current build. That is, I would like to remind, you can find the game here on Evil Tentacles' itch.io page if you would like to play this. But I will show a little bit of it and what we have so far. Yeah, this is fine. And this is a nice amount of length to, yeah, show that seam. In fact, the seam would probably do that. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I could be working on my key art and doing something productive, but instead, we're doing this together. This is why, no, this is not why the Crimson Diamond took 6+ years to make. But, I did do some of these sprites, while I was actually still working on the game. Hey, Anna, happy Crimson Tuesday. Wow, you finally got home with a fanfare just this weekend. Wow, you extended it. Must have taken the long way home. Congratulations on the recently game. I love that the reception has been just as positive as I knew it would be. Yeah, thank you so much, Anna. I'm so glad you had a wonderful time. I'm sure that yeah, Jacob had the adventure of a lifetime, which is excellent. So no, it's good. Thank you for checking in. It's always a pleasure to see you. It's great to see you at the event too. Yeah, art takes a while. Art does take a while, but I will. Yeah, we're gonna get into. We're nearly finished this. We're gonna get into. And then the first question is gonna be, what resolution is this thing gonna be in? Not this, but the key art. I guess the yellow is not really working, but I kind of like it anyway. And yeah, this is a toughie, and no mistake. And this other one, that one's just a mirror of that other guy, pretty much. So we're gonna just flip these over. In fact, I just think I did the same one twice. You know what? It's so quick. I'm almost finished. I'm not even gonna do a flip. We're just gonna do this. And after this, we're gonna do a fourth wall merch giveaway. Is what is gonna come up next. Okay. And one of those and one of those. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, the seam. The pants seam. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the follow. Calclico asks, isn't EGA Graphics 320 by 200 stretched up to look like 320 by 240? You know what? I don't know. I actually don't know. I think it's 320 by 200, but I think the aspect ratio of the monitors stretched them or something. I honestly don't know, Calclico. Oh, and it asks, did we miss getting a picture with each other? It was so terrible I didn't even take a picture with any of the alums. The only ones that are out there are ones people took. Yeah, you know what? I don't know if we're in any of the pictures together. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it was just such a busy event. Hey, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, Hyper Crimson Tuesday. Okay. Here we go. Oh, Summerby, have a good night. Thank you again so much for your testing. I feel like, yeah, I mean, you know what? Should we put a seam down that leg just for consistency? I don't think we can. There's not enough pixels for a seam. I don't think I could do it. I think that's going to be it. Although I do want to put that one there. Anyway, fresh eyes. So for fresh eyes, we're going to do another giveaway. And then I'll take one last look at this and then we'll move on. Okay, giveaway time. This one is a little bit more complicated. But it's all on my end. What's really cool about Fourth Wall, and I really like the Fourth Wall merch store for this reason, is that while I'm live, I can actually do giveaways that are just live on my channel. And this giveaway is merch, but if you're international, like if you're not like in Canada or North America, don't worry. Like I'm covering all the shipping on this. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you love it, Summer. Yes, good night. Okay, this one is going to be... We did not give away last time a logo shirt, so we're going to do a logo shirt. It's really cool. Like, I know Belkin's not here, but it's really cool to see a Crimson Diamond logo t-shirt at the event, Adventure Game Hotspot. Oh yeah, I'm covering all the shipping on the merch that I'm about to give away, Summer. And it's going to be a logo t-shirt... I'm going to gift to Twitch chat. It just takes a little while to get going because I have to buy it. But yeah, give me a second. I will let you know when you need to do the thing, but it will be shortly. Okay. This is for a Crimson Diamond color logo t-shirt. To anywhere on Earth. import. Yeah, I don't know how import costs are or anything, but anyway, this might be a good experiment. Okay, as soon as this payment is being processed, then yeah, Summer, enter. Enter the giveaway. It's going to be up momentarily, and it takes 2 minutes after that. Like, people have a 2-minute period to enter, and I will let you know when that happens. Any second now, the giveaway will come up. Yeah, and I should be covering all the cost on this. Monkey Tube, happy Crimson Tuesday. Good to see you. There it is, 4th wall giveaway! Exclamation point enter to win a Crimson Diamond logo t-shirt within the next 2 minutes. Exclamation point enter into the chat for your chance to win Crimson Diamond logo t-shirt from 4th wall. Do not enter. Thank you, Dan. 2 minutes. Alright, while we're doing that, I'm going to, while we're doing that, why don't we switch over back to our project here for Fresh Eyes. How is it looking? How do we feel about our little dude? And, you know, I feel it's better than he was, without a doubt. Hey, Colin Era, happy Crimson Tuesday. Thank you so much for congratulations on the Crimson Diamond. Oh, Maru, you're being fancy. Entre. Exclamation point enter within 2 minutes to win. Boabadino, happy Crimson Tuesday. Hey-o. To win a Crimson Diamond t-shirt. Yeah, you know what? I think he's good enough as he is. So I'm happy with him. So I'm going to save that out. It's all good. I wish I could dress him more, but I wish that of every sprite. Yeah, we're gonna move on to this, I think. EGA making my own artwork. Any second, the giveaway will end. Oh, Animation Voice, happy Crimson Tuesday. Good to see you. When I saw your message, I thought it was the giveaway bot saying congratulations to who won. But no, thank you so much. I appreciate it. How's this gonna work? What resolution should I do this at? Okay, currently. Okay. Congratulations, Mug Monster. Mug Monster, congratulations on winning the Crimson Diamond t-shirt. Well done. Well done, well done, well done. And thank you so much, Bobadino. Congratulations, Mug Monster. Hey, Towie! Lurking during DD. So nice to see you, Towie. Towie, oh my gosh. I went to an awesome restaurant downtown on the weekend, celebrating lunch with a few friends. Have you ever been to Patois? It was so good. It was so good. And there's an option to order like a meal for 2 or a meal for 3. We got the meal for like 2, but there's like 3 of us, so it was like more than enough. It was so good. It was so good. And we were walking along, I can't remember what street it was. What street was it? I can't remember. But it was like 11 o'clock or 11:30 or something, maybe at night on the Sunday. And there was this incredible French bakery that was still open called Nord Leon. And I bought some stuff. And I actually have that as my snack tonight. Is half a little thing from Nord Leon. And it was the first thing I got from Nord Leon was so good. Yes, good night, Summer. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything. Anyway, I just wanted to tell that story, Tari. But yeah, if you've never been to Patois, I recommend it highly. It was incredible. It was almost like weirdly like Jamaican Japanese fusion or something. Because they had ramen, like a ramen dish, and they had other stuff that was kind of had like a Japanese tilt to it, which is fascinating to me. Anyway, let's get into this, and we're going to work on this. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's 9 o'clock already, and we're going to raid Dan around 9:30. We're going to need to get through these giveaways. Okay, we're going to get started on this. I'm going to do another giveaway to get Fresh Eyes, and then right before we raid Dan, I will do the 3rd Steam key. Okay, let's do that. First thing we need to answer for ourselves is, what resolution we're going to do on this. Because right now, it's very, not very, like it's not high resolution really, but it's higher than I would like it to be. So, what are we going to do here? Let's put this down by 50%. See, already we're getting... Oh, you know what? Was it to nearest neighbor? Yeah, it is nearest neighbor. Because I guess right now... I know why it's doing that, actually. Let's try 25%. Okay, that's... That might be it. Let me see what size these pixels are. Dan the Band, there's no Japanese Jamaican fusion restaurant in Jamaica. There isn't? Oh, you missed out. Oh yeah, the dimensions, Maximus, are Steam asset size. Okay, I feel like that's a good size for me. That's pretty it's pretty big, isn't it? Okay. Oh, you know what? I need to have this open again. I need to have it. Actually, it's kind of is open again because it's here. Okay. I need to have the original also open as a guide. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to convert this into indexed colors. So let's do that next. All right. So you can see already what's happening. It misses out a lot of the colors here. So what I do sometimes is I'll duplicate this layer. Oh, it's indexed, so I can't use layers in Photoshop, which is bizarre. Oh, it's not yet. Why can't I not duplicate this layer? Duplicate layer. I'm going to punch up the saturation a lot on this. So that hopefully it's going to pick up these colors, right? So let's try that again. Whoa. Okay. That's pretty extreme. Maybe I'll do that less and we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's a lot of magenta. That's a bit serious. Okay, so let's try that and let's see what happens there with the indexed colors. So this is already indexed for my 16. That's not bad. That feels better than what we just had. So it's a good starting point, I'd say. So let's go with that. Let's save this something. Oh, you know, and I'm just swap it back to our RGB. And we're going to save this as TCD KeyArt-EGA. That's a good starting point. Okay. So you know what? I was thinking that these colors are not going to really work that well for this, but they surprisingly do, at least for her face. A lot of interpretation needs to happen for this to work, you know? The first thing I'm going to want to do is it works surprisingly well. But yeah, let's just start with just clarifying some of these shapes so that they're going to be nice and evenly, not broken up. Oh my gosh! Bitoman, happy Crimson Tuesday! Happy Crimson Tuesday! Bitoman, I saw that you were streaming the Crimson Diamond today, and I want to know how you liked it. How did you like it? Good to see you. Good to see you. Fantastic. Budget Bito Crew raid. Thank you so much. Cherry Onion, happy Crimson Tuesday. Liked, now loved. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you loved it. That's fantastic. I was just talking about... Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I was just talking about how much I love retro Twitch stream. It's like my people. Totally my people. Everyone there is so cool. Oh, thank you so much for the follow as well. Anna, have an incredible spaghetti night. Please say hi to James and Jacob to me. It was so good to see them. Ah, you're bugging a bit of an industry. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna be rating Dan in a little bit, but I just wanted to get started on this. I'm already like feeling it though. Like I'm already like, oh, I'm really enjoying this already, and we just started. What I'm doing is I'm doing an EGA demake of my own key art. And already I'm like, oh, this feels so good. I might actually end up updating my key art to be this. The brown actually looks really well. Thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, I should introduce myself, I guess, real quick. I'll introduce myself. You know what? Now that we have raiders, why don't we do another giveaway? Like, why not? Let's do a Steam key giveaway. Seeing as Bitamo was just playing and enjoying the Crimson Diamond, we're going to do a giveaway. Only into chapter 2, so not too far. It's wonderful. See all these little Easter eggs like shower in the Colonel's Book Quest? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Welcome to my channel. I am at _Maple Mystery, also known as Julia Minamata, and I made the Crimson Diamond along with Dan the Band, who's also in chat. Dan the Band made the incredible music with a genuine Roland MT32, and we composed most of the music live on Dan's channel. I'm streaming it, taking in people's suggestions and things like that. So it was very much a collaborative effort amongst all of us, which was so much fun. I usually stream on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Now that the game is done, people have been asking me, well, what are you going to keep streaming? And of course I am, because I love streaming so much. I love hanging out with my chat so much that we're going to continue doing it. Right now, we're probably going to be occupied with EGAD making my own key art that I made, and also making assets for Pansmo's Pantaloon Adventure, which we were doing a little earlier on. And then I also usually, well, we're not going to do this tonight because we're going to be raiding Dan soon, but I usually cap off the night with playing an old school, like a retro EGA adventure, and I've played a ton of them now, since I've gotten to the opportunity to do that on my streams. And I do have a YouTube channel as well with my VODs and stuff, which, do I have links to all that stuff? Yeah, if you go to thecrimsondiamond.com, you can find links for everything like that. Yeah, the YouTube stuff goes up, the VOD stuff goes up on YouTube, but yeah, it'd be really cool if people continue to come to Crimson Key Tuesdays, because I like doing these. But yeah, let's do a giveaway. Let's do a Steam Key giveaway right now. Right now, we're gonna do one. Okay. Okay. This is gonna be guess the number from 0 to 100 in chat. Oh, ad break! Oh no! Giveaway! Giveaway! Oh no! Thank you so much for the follow. I'm so sorry I did that during an ad break. I don't even know when my ad breaks are. That's how bad I am at this. Thank you so much for the follow. No one's gotten it yet. This is what I live for. Like last time, Benathon won like too early, and I just didn't get the fun of watching people guess. Between 0 and 100. No one's gotten it yet. That's incredible. This suspense, everybody. No one's got, it's incredible. I love doing my giveaways like this. I'm never going to do them any other way. They're so much fun. Sorry, if you're just coming back from ad break, we're trying to guess a number from 0 to 100, and the winner will get a Steam key for the Crimson Diamond. Dr. McKiller, congratulations. We did it. Dr. McKiller, did you just win? I think you just won. We just got a winner. Dr. McKiller won the giveaway. Congratulations. Dr. McKiller, please, please message me on Twitch here, and let me know an email that I can send you that key to. Congratulations. Congratulations. I know, Bitterman, I like the giveaways. Just, I love this because there's no time limit. This could, you know, this could conceivably take forever. In fact, thank you so much for the follow, by the way. And yeah, congratulations. So we're gonna do one more Steam Key giveaway before we hand it off to Dan. But before we do that, we're gonna spend a little bit more time on this thing that I've been doing that I've already enjoying so much. I'm actually scared about how much I'm enjoying doing this because I will be dithering this too. So it's gonna just be so good. Thank you so much for the follow. Okay, and yeah, the gray we probably don't need, but oh, you know, the gray is probably good for a darker color in there, in fact. Thank you guys so much for the follows. I really appreciate it. Again, thank you so much, Bitterman, for the raid. It's fantastic to see you, and I'm so glad to hear you're enjoying the game. It almost feels like I do want that seam, that hair seam that she has on the real one. But I'm having trouble getting there because there's just not enough pixels, which is a common issue with this stuff. But I do want her eyeball to be clearer. The lack of eyeball is bothering me. No. Her eyeball is not reading properly. That's a little better. Hey, Hyper Hazard! Happy Crimson Tuesday! Thank you so much for congratulations on launch. Thank you so much. It's been good times. It's been good times. Yeah, I want to just reiterate for people who are just coming in with the raid. I I do want to make a sequel. I have sequel plans. And it's just a matter of how well this one does. I would love to dedicate myself full time to a sequel. I feel like if I did that, and with everything that I've learned up to this point, I could probably do a sequel maybe in 4 years, maybe, instead of forever years. That's kind of the hope. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. That's the idea anyway. And I'm really excited because what it's going to be, it's everything I've learned about how to make a better game from this one. And it's also going to be like a fun little story that I can't wait to do. Oh, thank you. Hey, Grindaslov, happy Crimson Tuesday. And it's not a moon. Happy Crimson Tuesday as well. Eyeball feature in the graphics managed to cost extra money. DLC. Grindaslav, happy Crimson Tuesday. Shout out to Grindaslav, another fellow adventure game developer, by the way. Let's shout out for Grindaslav, who also streams Wild West Wednesdays. Grindaslav, are you streaming tomorrow? And if so, is it more animation? And if so, is it 1 p.m. Eastern? Bidoman says, thank you so for such a fantastic game. I was worried I'd overhype myself, but it's living up to all my expectations. Unfortunately, I must go. It's time for bed for me. Bidoman, thank you so much for streaming the game, for enjoying the game. Have a wonderful evening, and yeah, I hope you to get in and to check out your stream at some point. But yeah, thank you so much. Hey, we're working. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Yes, Crimson Tuesday must go, and it must. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Oh, thank you. Goman Summon says as well. I knew it was going to be good seeing all the hard work you put into the art. Still blew my expectations out of the water. Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing, because I couldn't talk about the writing of the game or the plot or anything too much in any real detail, because that would have been super spoilery. But I'm very pleased with how the plot ended up working, you know? Yeah, I think that little pixel there is helping her eye to recede properly. I feel like. I don't know about this single gray pixel there. Yeah, I'm so pleased that people are finally getting to get to experience the whole thing, you know? Because I haven't been able to share that as much. But also this lip is weirdly... Actually, this one should be the lighter gray. See that her little the corner of her mouth is too dark, but I still want it to be there, so that's going to be lighter gray. This one also shouldn't be there, but there needs to be a corner. So I'm wondering how we're going to accomplish that. Maybe this should be dark gray as well. Like, that's too dark for that area. Maybe like that. Hey, don't touch the door. Crimson Diamond 2. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to totally do it. Oh, gosh darn Grizzly Bears. I just wanted to say that your dedication is very inspirational. Congratulations on the launch. Also, thank you, Pink Bunny Cakes. Yes, for the gift subs. Yes. Pink Bunny Cakes. Thank you so much for the gift subs. A gosh darn Grizzly Bear says thank you, and will now look forever. Please do enjoy your lurk. Oh, good. Yeah, Grindaslav only played a little bit of Crimson Diamond, enjoying it very much. Thank you, Grindaslav, as well. Thank you. Yes, happy Crimson Tuesday post release, the first one. First of many. First of many. Deluxe Tech says the plot is a good, great oh snap moment. I'm so happy, and I'm so pleased. Like, yeah, that's too jaggy. Maybe this has to, we need to soften it up a little bit with some gray pixels. It's weird. I'm having a bit of trouble with rounding out that chin. I say that after I picked this resolution, kind of on a whim, complaining about my own limitation. But, and yeah, Grindaslav, that's one of my favorite things, watching people stream the game. It's so fun to watch people do the voices. I love it. It's so fun. Let's see. The dark gray might be good here. Also, getting into this. Really getting into it. No, the red. I don't know if the red is going to make it in. I don't know if it's going to make it in. Yes, Miss McCall45 is back playing Crimson Diamond. I'm so excited to watch him. I watched his entire stream the first time he played, like, last week. He started playing it last week. I think he played it for, like, did he play for 8 hours straight or something? And I was there the whole time, like, working and stuff. And I enjoyed it immensely watching him. And so the plan is that we're going to raid into Macaw when we're done with when Dan is done with his mastering and Dan's ready to go to bed. That's the idea, because it's been such a treat watching McCall play it. But I think I don't know. Does Fractal Mind Mike still hold the record for like longest the Crimson Diamond stream? I think he was there for like 10 or 12 hours or something, and he finished it all in one stream. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Lost Train did manage to beat it over the weekend. It was delightful, fantastic. Oh, good. And Goman, some of you didn't experience a lot of the text bar series before, but you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was 9 hours. Okay, Evil Tentacle. 9 hours in the end for Fractal Mind Mike played it for 9 hours straight. Finished it. Champ. Oh, the Fail Machine. Thank you so much for the bits. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, we are EGA demaking my own thing. And oh my gosh, it's so fun. I'm having so much fun right now. But we're going to do another giveaway soon because around 9:30 we're going to do the giveaway for the third Steam Key of the evening. And then we're going to raid Dan. And Dan's going to master some Crimson Diamond tracks. Speaking of the music, Dan is, of course, the mastermind behind the incredible track, soundtrack. Oh yeah, so here's... When the shapes break up, that's when it kind of gets kind of confusing. So all we really need to do is bring some of that shape back into this. Oh yeah, there's a bit of there. And here as well, maybe. The eye is still breaking up on me a fair bit, so I need to figure that one out. Maybe that has to be the lighter gray, I'm thinking. Yeah, that helps, You're nice. Okay, radius. Okay. I'm just give me until 9:30, Dan, and we're gonna get going. Cause I'm really enjoying this, and then we'll do my last giveaway of the night. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, okay, yeah, Evil Tentacle. Okay, Macaw was at it for 9 hours, which I did watch the entirety of when I was working. In fact, my mic was 12. Yes. Yeah, I thought it was 12. I thought it was something really long, and I'm so happy that he enjoyed it that much. Unless Dan, you want me to start earlier, because I totally can do that as well. Let's see. I feel like the black should be reserved kind of for the background on this, because it's getting a little bit confusing. So maybe I should just use the gray for this. Okay, 9:30, thanks Dan, appreciate it. Yeah, I must tell myself that I can't just do this. I need to work on the bugs. All I want to do is this though, because this is so fun. Yeah, her face is still breaking up, but it's early days. Yeah, I find once I can get the face right, it helps everything else. And it's definitely not there yet. Oops. Okay, that actually kind of helps. How many music tracks? Ooh, like 35 maybe? 30, 35? There's 42 minutes total of original music in the game. And I'm wondering if I will use that red in here instead of, or both in here. Because her hair is red after all. It would be weird for it not to have some red in it. So maybe we will include that part. Yeah, what if I just made her hair red? Because her hair is red. Yep, already it's better. Yes, and Pink Penny Cakes, there will be a soundtrack release. Yeah, we are working on that. Well, Dan is mostly working on that right now. We're definitely going to do that. They do have names. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. They do have names, but they're just kind of like, yeah, I've got track names. Yes, we are definitely gonna be doing soundtrack release. That's not working. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure stuff out. But already, like, I do like her red hair more already, as this is. This definitely feels more Nancy-like to have it red. So we're gonna get rid of. I'm gonna throw up the links again for buying the Crimson Diamond. The Crimson Diamond did launch last Thursday, which means that the launch discount was going to expire on Thursday, which is the 10% launch discount. And also it's available on Itch.io without any launch discount because I didn't know how to do that, which is often the explanation that I have for a lot of things that people ask me about the game is like, why didn't you do that? And I'm like, that sounds like a great idea and I just wish I knew how to do that. But maybe for next time I will be able to do more. I really shouldn't get into the weeds with her hair so much yet, but here I am, getting into the weeds with her hair. There's something really, yeah, it's really satisfying, actually. And I'm going to get super specific about these hair strands, because I want them to look exactly like they do on there. But it's already too early to get into that. I should basically be laying down what the rules are going to be in this piece. In fact, the chin should actually be further back here. Marwin says, I tend to do pixel art by making really large chunks of color like this. Makes it really pop out. Yeah, I'm enjoying. Okay, next is her scarf. Actually, I don't know if I'm gonna use black there for this. I guess because I'm kind of trying to copy that, the outline version of the key art that it should. Okay, good. And then we got to come out with the rules here, right? Which is she going to be her traditional Nancy Maple color scheme in this? And I probably will end up dithering this so that it's not exactly the same colors. But it looks like that's what I'm going to go just as a quick copy and paste to get the feel of what it's going to look like. We're going to do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to fill that all in. But before I do that, I'm just going to get some of these lines more obvious. Because once I fill this in with the dark blue, it's going to be harder to see. Because the dark blue is actually quite close to the black. It's very close. It's shame it's Happy Crimson Tuesday. Imagine now solo dev not having every single element of game design from multiple disciplines mastered. I know! Says also, seriously, getting the title launched at all is huge. Making something as awesome as you have is such a cool achievement. Thank you. Yeah, it's really, I'm just like glad and relieved that people are enjoying it so much. It's just really nice. Oh, Patrick Doral asks, how did you decide on Nancy's color scheme? That's a good question. Part of it was I wanted the character to be like looking like Laura Bow, but also I didn't want it to look exactly like Laura Bow, right? So I also like leaned more into like primary colors. That's why Nancy is yellow and red and blue. I also wanted something that was going to contrast with like the lodge interior and the exterior. So the lodge interior is very brown, and the blue helps her stand out from the brown, and also the color blue stands out also from the green, and her red head also stands out from the green. I mean, there's not a heck of a lot of choices, to be honest, but I did want her to be like primary colors, and I tried to make everyone kind of have their own color scheme, but she's like the most colorful and primary color, like, you know? It was kind of the idea. I did want her to stand out from everything else. Yes, apparently the hat is becoming a thing. Like, yeah, she won't wear the hat in the game, and people are wanting the hat in-game. DLC, hat DLC, right? It's what all the companies are doing nowadays. Okay, I think on her belt should also be the canonical color, right? I've got to get into that. So this is like an example of, yeah, the colors would be more accurate if I didn't do these canonical colors, but also it's Nancy Maple, so she's gonna have her canonical colors, which is this would be brown, and then the dithering will make it like less. Oh, and also the dark cyan. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of time. Okay, the dark cyan would be here, right? Because that's where her and her this part. This is also the dark cyan here. And then this also is the dark cyan. Okay. And that means we can now start to fill in with the blue here. It's not a perfect closed shape, but doesn't need to be. Yeah, it's really crazy bright, but it's, like I said, we're going to dither all this down nice and subtly at some point. And then this will be the cyan, which is here. Yeah, you know, I'm going to just do these like her canonical colors, and then we'll figure out how to make it less, you know, less this at some later date. It's fine. Hey Arabella, happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, it is 9:28, so why don't we do that giveaway? That's a good start, I think, isn't it? Oh well, this is all. Ooh, I haven't been doing layers, for shame. That's terrible because I wanted to show I wanted to do a GIF of the development of this, and I've been doing this all on one layer. Okay, wait. How many steps can I go back? How many steps can I go back? No. Okay, wait. Undo. How many steps of undo do I get? Yes, D Nancy D Maple. Let's do this. That's as far as it goes? Ah, terrible. Well, that's as far as it goes. So that's as far as we can do the work in progress GIF. Unless, okay, wait. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to put it here. Okay, I'm sorry. So this is taking a little longer than I would have liked. Because I did want to show... Control Shift is redo, right? Edit. Toggle last... Oh, Alt Control Z? Alt Control Z? No. Undo. Redo. Toggle last state? Which redo? Shift... Oh, I don't have any Shift Control Zs. Anyway, that's okay. You guys know. You guys are the only ones who know how that started. What I will do, though, is, I can open up the key art again. Where is it? Oh, it's not even listed. Anyway, I will fake it. I will fake the earlier stages again. It's gonna be fine. I apologize. Okay. Oh yeah, Journey says edit preferences performance can unset undo states all the way to 1,000. Yeah, I think it's yeah, maybe next time I will be able to do that. But yeah, let's check out the preferences. Edit. Preferences performance. Performance. History say 50, 1,000. Is that gonna break my computer? Cool, thank you. Okay, for next time I do make that mistake. Okay, why don't we do that giveaway? We're going to do the giveaway now, and then we're going to head over to Dan's channel where we're going to work on some Crimson Diamond music. We're going to master some tracks. And Dan can teach me again what that means. But first, we're going to do our giveaway of the third Steam key for the Crimson Diamond. Which will be, I guess, a number from 0 to 100. And And hopefully there's no ad. Is there any imminent ads going? Because I don't know how to check that. I don't want to start this one again with an ad. Hey, Drunkarella! Thank you so much for the congratulations. I've been taking 2 naps a day right now. It's not ideal, but hopefully I'll get back to normal soon. Okay, not seeing any ads. Okay, I'll do the shout out real soon. Do the giveaway real soon. I just want to shout out Drunkarella. It's so wonderful to see you. Drunkarella, okay. Okay, let's do this. Roll it. Giveaway from 0 to 100. Guess for the Crimson Diamond Steam Key. Giveaway 0 to 100. J Cheesecake. Happy Crimson Tuesday. That was fast. Well done. Well done. J Cheesecake won the Crimson Diamond Steam Key. Has won. Yes. Congratulations. Please, J Cheesecake, please message me on Twitch with an email address that I can send the key to. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you, Gary Ankles. By the way, happy Crimson Tuesday. Good to see you. Perfect. Okay. So one last time, I mention, hi, I'm Julia Minamata. I've made the Crimson Diamond. I'm so glad people are enjoying it. If you are enjoying it, please do leave a review, as Gary Ankles mentioned. It's really important for people to leave reviews because it's going to just make the game more visible on the Steam Store page, and then more people might want to buy it, and then more people will enjoy it, and then that could mean that I can work on the sequel full time. And I'm full of ideas, and I'm very excited. Even at this stage where I just finished this one, and I still have so many bugs to fix. They're not major bugs. There's a lot of little bugs I want to fix, and maybe make the parser a little bit more forgiving with certain puzzles. So there's a lot of work to do still, right, for the Crimson Diamond. But I'm so excited to start the next one. Yeah, I'd really love to do that. And if you help, with the reviews, and of course buying the game helps too. Of course. Let me just put those links again. And we're never using the word use, Dan. We all know. We all know. It's never happening. It's never happening. You can buy the game right now on Steam. It's got the 10% launch discount that lasts until, I think, 11 a.m. Eastern on Thursday. You can also buy it on itch.io. I'm so sorry again that there's no launch discount on that. We were just over why that is. I didn't know how to do it properly, and then it was too late. And we are also bringing it to Fireflower Games. It should happen sometime this week. I've been in touch with my contact there. We're trying to get it on GOG as well. I need to poke the GOG contacts to see how that's going, but I'm working on that as well. But for now, it's on itch.io and on Steam. Yes, Beta Human. The best way to report bugs is by using the feedback at thecrimsondiamond.com. That way I can log it into my spreadsheet. And that means it's also easy for me to track. Because, for instance, sometimes people are super helpful. They've been attaching screenshots and video and things like that. And so I move I put it in the sheet, I log it, and I say that they've got additional material. And then when I look back at their email, I can access that material as well that's still in the feedback email. That's the best way to do it. Another way is other people have been submitting bugs is just on the community hub, and they've also been getting, if you're stuck on the game and things like that, people have been posting there as well. Cobra Commander, thank you so much for the resub. It's so good to see you, and it was so wonderful to see you play the game last night. Let's give Cobra Commander. So we're just about to head over to Dan's, Cobra. So please join us. But first, there's actually no but first. There's no but first. We're going to get over there. And if you've never had the pleasure of being on a Dan the Band stream, please come join us there. He's going to be opening up his Crimson Diamond music tools, and we're going to be looking at some of those tracks, and remastering is what I'm told we're going to be doing tonight. So that's going to be something I'm going to learn about. And he had some notes about the audio and the game as well, and I think I know what he's going to say. But maybe he'll tell me what the problems are that I've done with the audio and the game. But let's rate up Dan. Let's give a shout out. Actually, I do have links for Dan the Band. Dan, not only has Dan made the music for the Crimson Diamond, Dan has worked with Romero Games. He did some music for Empire of Sin. He also did trailer music for Colossal Cave Adventure, Roberta Williams' remade Colossal Cave Adventure. And he's currently working with Laurie and Corey Cole on their next project too. So we're really all super excited for Dan. Dan is an incredible composer, incredible teacher. He is also a touring musician. He tours the world. That's his day job. He tours the world with Sean Paul, and he's been in that band for like 13 years now. I feel like Dan has been in that. And I'm gonna get to see Dan soon because he's gonna be coming to Toronto. I think like next week or something, which is kind of wild. But yeah, come along with us. Come along with us there. And the next project, Ten Gunamore, I think with the Coles. It's gonna be like a Tilly's Tale, like a sequel to Tilly's Tale, I believe. But let's set this up to raid. Let's do it. Dan, are you live? First of all, let's just check that. I'm gonna check my phone. It would be bad if you weren't. So let's check that out. Dan. Okay, Dan is live. Okay, let's raid Dan. Let's head over there. I got to see Dan again at the Adventure Game Hotspot Fanfare. It's really cool to see him again. I usually only see him like backstage at Sean Paul concerts. And also, you need to get me on the wait list, the will call list for Toronto, man. You got to get me on that. Still not dead. Fantastic. Okay. It's good times. Good times. Please join me there. We're going to end off the night there. And then we're probably going to raid Macaw. It's been so fun watching, all the retro streamers playing it and enjoying it because it's kind of right up their alley. But I got to watch Retrograde Tom a little bit the other day, and Cobra Commander was playing it, Towie was playing it, Bitamon was just playing it. It's fantastic. Thank you again. Speaking, I know Bitamon's gone, but thank you again, Bitamon, for the raid. Thank you everyone for the bits. You guys are amazing. We have this other now we have to do an EGD make of my key art. That's what we're probably going to do next week, and for the foreseeable future, we're going to Pantsify more Pantsmo sprites. If you don't know about Pantsmo, you can check it out at that link. Let's head over there. I'll meet you over there. It's going to take me a bit because I need to get into my Zoom call, but I'll see you real soon. Okay, happy Crimson Tuesday, everybody. Okay, I'll see you.
Okay, we're both there. Hey, how about that?
We did it. You did it.
Well, relatively.
Relatively done.
And is my stupid camera... Okay, no, it's... I got this new camera that's supposed to look really good, but nice hat.
Thanks, nice hat.
Your lighting is better than mine. I'm jealous.
Haha.
How do I do this? Instalink 360 controller. There we go.
Please stand by.
That's a little better. What's going on, everybody? Happy Crimson Tuesday. We released a game. Yeah.
We did. It was incredible.
Not each of us individually. We released the same game that we both worked on at the same time. Well, I guess you have to kind of release the game at the same time, but you know what I mean.
And I know what you mean.
People seem to really like this game, which is great.
Yeah.
I didn't know how people were going to respond to a text parser.
Yeah.
But
how about that?
People seem to enjoy the challenge of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've enjoyed watching people stream it on Twitch. So, yeah, thank you guys all. Anybody in here who's streamed it or who's played it, thank you. Who's bought it, who's got it for free, I don't care. As long as you're just, enjoying it, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Whether you got it on itch or Steam, and then it said another one on that wrong trailer that you showed before.
Yeah, Fireflower. This week sometime
Fireflower
should have it up as well.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Did you see the wait list or the wish list on GOG?
Oh yeah, someone was showing me the numbers for that.
We should put a link to that up. So
yeah,
if anybody wants to wish list the game on GOG, you can.
Yeah.
And then in theory we'll be able to get it on GOG. But there's like 400 wish lists already for it.
No, I already submitted forms for them, so I feel like we're part on that process, but it seems to have stalled a little bit. And it might be even my fault because, like I said, I kind of left it off for a while because I'm like, I don't know what box to fill in. Then I asked them and they didn't respond, and now I just put one. So hopefully that's going to be okay.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it'll help to have the wait list and say, it's that number's grow. Yeah, because they're probably seeing it grow from 0 to 400 in the space of less than a week, I guess.
I mean, there were a few hundred on there before, but yeah.
Was there?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, before the release?
I think so, yeah. But it's way more now, I think.
It's not coming up on search
Oh yeah, there's
results.
a link for if you go like
Yeah, can you find
someone
it and
please find
post it in,
and
or
then
maybe
post.
I can
Yeah.
find it? I could do
Oh,
something useful
sure, you
on
could
this
do that.
stream after all.
Maybe while you're doing that,
GOG.
I can show you guys the dessert, the half of the dessert I got from
Oh,
Nord
show.
Leon at Sunday at like 11:30 in the 11:30 at night downtown Toronto. There was this French bakery that was still open, and I got a bunch of dessert because I wanted to celebrate. And look at this. Oh, it's hold on, it's being keyed out. Wait, can't be keyed out. Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh, video
Still
settings.
trying to find this.
I want to show this.
Oh, here it is. Wish list of games.
Backgrounds,
Okay.
backgrounds and effects. Okay, no. Okay, look at this. Look at this beautiful, flaky, creamy pastry. I can't wait to eat it. I know. Oh, it's good. I'm gonna mute. No one wants to hear me chewing. I'm gonna mute myself.
Oh, see the stupid camera decided to have a mind of its own again. Anyway, Tondo, what's up? Let's shout out some people. I never shout out anybody. Let me shout out some people. I don't even know if that I know how to do it. But let's shout out Tonda. Tonda. If I can figure out how to do it. Hey, there we go. Finally. And is Cobra still here? Because I want to shout her out as well. And Grundislav. Man, there's so many amazing people in here. Let's do Cobra. I'm like I have to wait 1 minute and 42 seconds before giving another shout out. How about that? Well, I will. Yeah, there is. You guys would know. I'm probably like the least prepared streamer of all streamers, I think, you know. Yeah, my lighting is crazy. I don't know what in the hell that is going on there, but anyway. You just got rid of the underscore in your name today. How did you do that? Was that an issue? Yeah, the GOG wishlist thing, you just basically got to just like log into your account and click a button, click the plus button, and that's it. You don't even have to do anything. I can show it off. Let me see. Julie, I have your camera hidden for now because I figured you may appreciate something like that at this moment. Let's see. By the way, I'm also lurking in Dave Orr's stream because, you know, that's how we roll. But, okay, so let's see. I want to find the GOG, the Crimson. It's actually not, oh, let me put this up. It's not that difficult if you just Google it, GOG, the Crimson Diamond. It's literally the first thing comes up. You just got to sign into your GOG account and press this would be a plus button if I hadn't already done this, but I just did it an hour or two ago because Bitterman had mentioned that there was one in existence. So, you know, whatever, the underscore club. Yeah. So yeah, as Julia mentioned, as soon as I can find if she wants to be back on stream or not. Yeah, there we go.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so I took a bite of the dessert and it was so good. It just went like, it turned into a goblin.
Oh man, that's funny.
I'm so sorry. So Dan was kind enough to turn off the camera so you didn't just see me
Well,
completely
we
stuff it in
we
my
cut
face.
some of it, and you know it'll be good for the VOD
Oh,
when you
it's
when
gone
you
now.
want to
It
watch
was
that.
so good. I can't even handle it. Okay, it's fine.
So yeah, we got a bunch of different things we could potentially do.
Yes.
I actually, so I've been kind of, you were gonna ask me about my opinions of the music in the game and the audio in the game and stuff like
You
that.
said you had notes for me.
So
Oh no.
No, you know,
No, no, please.
they're notes, but at the same time, I kind of feel like, is this something we would address in an update, or is this something we wouldn't necessarily address at all? Because I kind of feel like, on one hand, people have the opinion that there's not enough. They
Mm-hmm.
don't like some of the ambience being, just there's like a lot of stretches with no music.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember us having a note saying, yeah, I didn't really want wall to wall music
Yeah.
for the game.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if in translation there something was lost, because ambience could be considered like music, but isn't really like a song. It would be, I mean, you
Right.
could include ambience. The thing that makes it challenging is we're limiting ourselves to the
Mm-hmm.
palette of EGA and the palette of the MT32. So to do a lot of like really cool sounding, amazing sounding ambience might be on the more challenging side with the MT32, which is going to be generally more intrusive sounding.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's a note or not. I mean, I'd love to know what people's opinions.
If
Yeah,
your
some
info
people
says,
say
yeah,
exactly. Some
yeah.
people are saying that it's true to the old games, right? I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is it could be just a matter of having ambient sound in the lodge, because right now there's ambient sound outside of the lodge. I made it so that at nighttime and in the daytime there's different ambient sounds outside the lodge, but there's no ambient sounds inside the lodge because I wasn't really sure what to do with that, and there
Yeah.
was the only days before release, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't really have time
Well,
for this.
I'm trying to think about, okay, so like let's think about a modern adventure game that we like. Like think about Lamplight City or Unavowed. I, I don't think in Lamplight City there's any non ambience. You know what I mean? Like there may be no music at the time, but there's always like some kind of
Hmm.
ambience, I think, at least as I remembered. So the iMuse stuff is interesting too, because that's also something I'm thinking about and I'm talking about with the Coles. So it's
Hmm.
interesting how this project kind of literally piggybacks itself well to the Coles game. Even though it's a visual novel, it's still in the neighborhood of adventure games. You know how I guess people would people would consider it an adventure game. Choose your own adventure game, whatever.
Yeah, Jeff G is also of the camp of wanting more music and ambience in it. And yeah, I mean, it could be as much as like Wood Creeks. I was thinking Wood Creeks or something, but I couldn't, yeah, conceive of, like, I wanted a variety. There can't just be one thing that happens. There has to be like a bunch of, I was thinking footsteps, but that's kind of creepy. Yeah, I wasn't really sure which way to
Yeah,
go with it.
footsteps. I don't know. That I think it would get really irritating after a
Hmm.
while. So you have to toe that line, because if
It
you
could have
don't,
like the toilet flushing and some things, like someone used the toilet.
that's okay, but I mean, like, like, I don't know there's not a lot of, you're in the middle of nowhere, that's one, right? Crimson in the
Hmm.
middle of nowhere. You're in an old lodge uh before a lot of common things that we have, comforts that we have today that people didn't have. So, I don't know. It kind of bothered me. I
Hmm.
guess that's why I
Hmm.
bring it up. But
Hmm.
I liked, I think maybe we don't change it,
Mm.
and we leave that part of it alone and address it in the next game, or don't address it in the next game,
Could it
you know?
be that, yeah,
We could try something out, because ambience gets really weird. And the funny thing, I was thinking about this today, and I've been thinking about a lot of this adaptive music all the time. The other thing for me is the transitions between things.
mhm.
Like, I think we could make for smoother transitions, not necessarily a la iMuse, but just smoother fades and fade ins and fade outs and things like that in places. And sometimes it makes sense to just cut it. The other thing is, we could consider some of the ducking of, like, we could have the music duck when the point noises happen, or when the train
Mm.
whistle happens during the intro, can we duck the music slightly for the
Mm.
train whistle? It's almost like dialogue ducking that you would do
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
in a game
Hmm.
with voiceover. Like
Hmm.
any of Grundislav's games VO. Secret of Monkey Island only had like 17 tracks. Yeah, but it was great, man.
Yeah. See, Ruby and Pixel said the same. I did have a few people ask, is there no music or is it muted when I was streaming the game? Yeah, and other people, they tend to play some of their own background music in the lodge when there's no music in it, you know?
Yeah, that's one
Mm-hmm.
thing, but that's a modern issue.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Twitch streamer issue. Not so much they're wanting to entertain their um
Mm-hmm.
their audiences, which makes sense.
Oh, Branislav stopped ducking music in his games. Interesting.
You did. How did
Mm.
you accomplish that? Yeah, ducking. No, we're really talking about ducking, which is a thing where you lower the audio volume of one thing so the other thing can be heard clearly, and then you raise it back when it's done playing.
Yeah, it's not something that could simply be done. Like you'd have to just program your own stuff and
Yeah, you probably have to script it, but I don't think it would be complex. I don't think it's as complex as you think.
probably not. I think Bunny
It
Cake
might
says
it
music
might cause you a lot of headaches, but yeah,
was
it could
distracting
be
for the person.
distracting. It
Mm.
definitely could be distracting. I mean, we can show an example of ducking, um, but it's a built-in feature in AGS. There you go. So you don't even have
Oh,
to worry about it.
oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, Pink Bunny Cake's also one of the camp of EGA games always had the hallmark of dead air, always accented by music when something happens.
But you know what? They always have like little bird noises or
Yeah.
all this ambient stuff, and it works. It works really well in games like Monkey Island, which are mostly
Mm.
in nature, in wilderness for, I guess. You're not
Mm.
in you're in the bar or whatever, but you're mostly outdoors, right? In a game like Monkey
Right.
Island. This game, you're like, I don't know how to percentage wise, but you're spending a lot of time in the mansion and
Yes.
indoors.
Yeah.
You're spending time outside too, but I guess the outside, I don't know. It doesn't really matter the percentage, but yeah, exactly. Getting the right getting the
Mm.
right numbers in the right boxes. But this is something I'm thinking about with um Ifeo's Adventure, which is the next visual novel that I'm working on with Lori and Corey and the rest of the Trans-Solar team. And I'm saying to myself, okay, so I want there to be smooth transitions. Um and there's the scene, have you guys watched the scene in Monkey Island 2 where you take the coffin in the swamp and you're going to the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what's her name's
The
the
Voodoo
voodoo
Lady.
lady
Mm-hmm.
voodoo lady's skull. And so the interesting thing, it was actually easier and less resource heavy to use MIDI to do stems, and the stems would play back. So as you go through the swamp, more instruments get added as you approach the monkey
Mm-hmm.
head, and then as you get into the monkey head, there's another transition. But all those are MIDI. None of that was
Mm.
audio, at least not in the originals, and that was what they built the iMuse system on. Obviously, they use it now, but the more you do, the more complex you do, the larger your game is going to grow because the assets are going to get bigger and bigger, and it's going to balloon the process. The House of Mojo.
Mm.
I think House of Mojo is the first game, right? Or is it the second game? I don't know. The only exception is in Rosewater where there's gunfire. I have that sound go quieter. Characters. Yeah, that makes sense.
We could always like dig up a bunch of different kinds of creeks if you wanted to, and have just a bunch of creaking sounds. Because there's probably more than one. There's usually like five.
Yeah, that's going to get annoying too. What I'm
Well,
thinking is more like every once in a while there's a note.
okay, we could do that. Because yeah, that's what happens. Is so the
I
way
don't
that
think we
the
should. I don't think we should.
what are these notes about that? No, because the way that this happens in the game is that there's like a random counter, And
Yeah.
when, it's just like roulette or something. When the number comes up, then the sound plays, a random sound, one of the random of like indoor sounds or outdoor sound, or no,
Right, right.
nighttime sound, daytime sound. So it's got like one out of like 5,000 if it, like you hit like your number, just like when we did the giveaways, then you get like a cricket or something.
And
So
how
it
often
happens
is that check
extremely.
being made?
It happens often, but like the range of numbers is really big because there's only like six sounds, and then it goes from 0 to 5,000.
Right.
So it's just when it's very, very, very random. So it's not like something you hear like every 5 minutes or something. It's completely random. So sometimes you hear a few at once and then you won't hear anything for a long time, which I actually do prefer. So creaking and stuff like that, or like a note would be, yeah, like that would just be a random thing that happens. So we could totally explore that. I'm very up for that.
I really think all that should be game two. I don't think we should change. I think if we make those changes now, people are going to be like, "Yo, what the hell did you do to this game? You ruined it."
Can you imagine if we did that in the first
People,
negative
I mean,
review that we
no,
did?
first of all, people, that's the thing. Why are we fixing something that nobody's really, I mean, they're addressing it, but they're not necessarily negative reviewing it because of the sound. But
No.
if you put in irritating sounds, you're really going to piss people off. And that's not going to take long to tell, like, hey, they don't like this stuff. Players do
Mhm.
not like this. I don't know. Even as an option, I don't know. Maybe extra music DLC. I mean, I was thinking about stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot of ideas. There's a lot of ideas. But I think we just leave it alone. We fix bugs.
Mhm.
We address things. Maybe we could put some transitions or something in there to be a little slicker. We could at least test the ducking. But I think, yeah, I think a lot of people do agree. A lot of people have
Mhm.
said this is more true to the style
Mhm.
of game that you guys are making, where there is a lot of ambience. I mean, in any of well, I don't know about any, but all the games I've played from Grundislav, they're more you can tell more of what's going on, so you have more like how do I put it? You're using a different color palette, which is way more colors, right? So you can tell accurately what things are
Mhm. Mhm.
depicted more
Yes.
than
Yes.
EGA. You really have to like figure out how the hell am I going to accomplish
Right. And
making
the
this
same goes for the
person look.
sounds because of the Roland
Yeah.
M232 is the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, if you heard the work that Mark Bennis does for Grundislav, it's
Mhm.
great. It's phenomenal. I mean, I've the Rosewater stuff should be killer. So I still, by the way, I think I mentioned this last stream, but I still should have stolen that box from from the Adventure Game
Oh my God.
Fanfare. I wish
It's a
wouldn't have
beautiful
had anywhere to
box.
put it in my luggage.
Mm.
So
Okay, so if we're not doing that, then you mentioned remastering tracks.
yeah, we can take a look at
So why
that.
don't we take a look at that? And you can re-explain to me and then show me visually what you mean by that.
So sure. So let's go to the composing view. I can turn off the keyboard cam. Yeah, see, there's where the hell's Julia now? Oh dear, this is always fun. Okay, one of these is Julia. There's Julia.
Yay! First try.
Who's that? I don't know
Mouse
who
Mr.
that
Dean,
is.
Dan, get back to work. There we go.
Now we're talking. Yeah, I got to update some of this stuff, like the points, and this is the part of Twitch that I don't understand very well. This is not my area of expertise whatsoever.
What
Oh,
track
come
is this you
on.
got there?
This is not related, and
Oh.
unfortunately, I am having issues right now with my
Mm.
Switch. Again, let's see if this works. Oh, come on. Nope. This is so weird. I have a keyboard switcher to switch from one computer to the next,
Hmm.
and right now it's not working. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm going to restart
Sure.
that computer.
Well, while you're doing that, I
Yeah,
can show a fun something.
please.
Okay. Why don't I show? I'm going to show. Let me show another matchbook from this matchbook collection. I can do that. I really enjoy this. And let me go grab one while Dan is dealing with his technical
I am
difficulties. But
very glad that Crimson Diamond was not released the same day as Rosewater.
yes.
Like big time. Come on.
What do we got here?
Um, no, but I'm looking forward to that game.
Right here. I'm gonna get a real nice one. Ooh, oh, that one's pretty. This has just got tulips on it, but does it have anything else on it? No, that's very mysterious. No, I want one that with the actual, oh, what is this? Okay, here we go. So yeah, I have a bunch of okay, a long time ago, they used to give out matchbooks at hotels and stuff. But they don't do that anymore. But I've got this really old collection. Like my mom, when she would travel around with my dad, they would go to these hotels and they would pick up these matchbooks. They didn't smoke or anything like that. They just, I think, like the matchbooks. Or, matches are useful. So here is one. Good food.
I like that.
It says McCabe's Good Food since 1981. 1881. It's very small. So there we go. And then also on the other side we have Prudhomme's Landing, and this is in Vineland Station, Ontario. QEW at Victoria Avenue, Vineland Station, Ontario. These are strike right matches limited from London, Ontario, Canada. Oh wow, look at this.
Isn't that just outside Toronto, London?
It's about an hour and a half, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Fun. It says 2 flume water slide, windsurfing, swimming, half-mile sandy beach, roller rink, roller trails, children's playground, go-karts, bumper boats, picnic area, restaurants, campground, 100-room hotel. How to find us. Oh my God, there's even, look at this. Like even underneath this, there's like a little map down here. Like even underneath it. Look, there's a map, how to find us. 7 minutes from St. Catharines, 20 minutes from Hamilton.
Since 1981.
Yeah, I think it's just since 1981. Yeah, it's like really the type's kind of bleedy. But
they picked this up in 1982.
416. How's this 416? 416 562-4101. Does this place still exist, I wonder?
Yeah, Julia's kind of keying herself in and out.
Okay. Here, let me are you almost done? Because then I'm
done. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. Sorry. But anyway, that is another one of the vintage matchbooks from the matchbook collection. Okay, what do we got? Is it working now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Just gonna put this
okay, so let me go back here. Okay, there we go. This is so stupid.
Okay.
Pro Tools has been killing me lately. Absolutely killing me. Anyway, yeah, I was looking here, the sound mastering. So basically what mastering is, it's different depending on the type of project. So like mastering for an audio book would be one thing. Volume match. I was watching Francisco do it the other day on his channel. He was editing dialogue. Oh man, like that's rough. That's rough.
Yes.
That is and with the amount of dialogue that goes, you said you had 160,000 lines in this game?
Oh, yeah, of writing. Yes.
Of writing. So imagine then you'd have to have 160,000 voiced lines.
Yeah, if you had a narrator and also voices for everybody, yes.
Holy crap.
And not only that, but there's some writing that's like narratively inconsistent that I'm going to have to fix. And I couldn't do that if it was voices, because then I'd have to get everyone in to re-record, and it would be a nightmare.
Ugh. Yeah, I mean, anyway, it's a lot.
Yeah, 160,000 words. Sorry, Maximus. 160,000 words, not lines.
So here's some of the music. Let's throw in a couple of tracks randomly and see what we've got. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These actually aren't looking too bad. So we can look at, I really don't need any of these effects.
Okay, wait a second. So how can you just look at them and say they don't look too bad?
Well, you can kind of see they're all about similar, and we can look at them bigger if you want.
Oops. Oh, just compared to each other, they're kind of the same
to each other
width.
Yeah, exactly. This guy's a little bit louder.
Yeah.
Whoop, we don't need to click for this. Okay, eavesdrop is a little loud.
Yeah.
I would say. So you probably turned it down in the game at one point.
I did not.
You didn't?
Should I? No.
Nobody said anything about it, so I'd leave it alone.
It's pretty loud, but I mean, then again, what does everything else sound like?
So that's okay. Let's see. Right, so that's loud. That's a little loud to me, eavesdrop, compared to this one already. So what we could do, like in a modern sense,
Mm-hmm.
like the modern way to do this would be to throw on like uh, a multi-band compressor, and I would use this if I was making like records
Mm-hmm.
where people were going to sing on them and stuff like that. I would use something probably like this, right? But I think that this makes less sense because I don't really want to affect the EQ too much. So like listen to how this sounds, right? Now watch what happens when I turn this on.
Hmm.
So it immediately got louder, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it also boosts sometimes the high, depending on which setting. These are just
Mm.
presets, but which setting I'm using. This is classical because I guess I don't know, it's probably not even that close. But if I use pop or hip hop or
Okay.
contemporary,
Interesting.
it's gonna boost the high end
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna like boost the low end, and that's not really staying very faithful to what the MT32 sounded like. But I do want to get these things to, kind of in the same neighborhood as far as like the volumes. So I
Right.
might drop eavesdropping by a hair. And the other thing to do here would be to monitor where's my VU meter? Do I even have waves on here? That'd be irritating if I don't.
And this is something that would be a
There we
concern for
go.
something
No,
like
I
an
do have
album
it on
because
here.
you're listening to one after the other.
Okay, so already this says this is too loud.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hmm.
And then we can take a look at eavesdropping. Yeah, that's
Everything is super going to the red. So how come this wasn't done for the actual music in game, Dan?
It doesn't make sense to.
How come?
Because this is just leveling them the same. You don't
Oh, I
necessarily want
see.
all these the same.
Okay, understood.
This is so that when it plays back, when you're just playing back the music, you're hearing it roughly at the same volume.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
We
Yeah, for like an
could
album, for
compress some of
instance.
these if they're super, but most of these are looping, so
Mm-hmm.
they're really not super dynamic because they can't be. And
Mm-hmm.
we're
Mm-hmm.
using an MT32, so
Mm-hmm.
well, on the VU it doesn't necessarily actually matter. This is with a lot of headroom, so actually, yeah, this is my setting, I think. Let's set it to something different. There we go. Right. So that's with a crazy amount of headroom. So actually, that's probably not even very
What does that
accurate.
mean?
It's so you see, you want it to hit around 0,
Okay.
like peak, and it
Okay.
can go over,
Mm-hmm.
but it shouldn't stay over.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So this is right. If I actually calibrated this thing properly before, I would realize that it's actually not loud. Ah, there you go.
Mm.
Now you can hear distortion. The problem is too, as you get these things louder and louder, you start to hear the noise that's in
Mm-hmm.
that actual hardware unit, which
Yeah,
is
I
not
notice
necessarily
that.
good,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. Yeah, that's too loud now. I think that actually might be where I shoot for.
Mm-hmm.
Get everything about that volume. Let's see. Because it's not going to be perfect, because every song is different. Every piece of music is different, but... Right, so like that alone. This doesn't... Yeah, this one doesn't.
Hmm.
This one doesn't loop. I think he's
Austrian dude, thanks
saying.
for being here. Thanks so much again for the testing and the help, the AGS help. Happy Crimson Good Tuesday. Yeah, Garrett Nicholas, the reason a lot of this is going to sound familiar is because they are the same instruments that Sierra Games were using.
Yeah, King's Quest 4 specifically. This King's Quest 4, Space Quest 3. No, Space Quest 3 might have had some custom stuff. They did. King's Quest 4 for sure, because that used the stock
Mm-hmm.
patches, which we're not forced to do that. But you know,
But yeah, the ambient outdoor music sound, like the crickets and the owls and stuff, that is the same sound that you will hear in the Colonel's Bequest.
yes, it's the same patch.
The same patch.
Yeah, so it's recorded differently. It shouldn't identify the same, but it's the same patch. It gets, I don't know, it gets technical and it's pointless because it doesn't actually make any musical sense or any audio sense. We don't need all these sends. We don't even need this. Okay, this is really loud. This is really loud. Okay, so those are pretty close to where we want them. So now I have to print them as such. And then I have to actually export them as well. So these two look good.
So what does print mean?
Print just means right now these are in a Pro Tools session. So they're not necessarily printed audio files the way you will be able to use them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's kind of like rendering in a video, I guess. Would be the way to. If that makes sense. Whoa, too many at once. Okay, now this is too quiet. That's better.
That's quiet?
That was quiet. I turned it up. That sounds funny. Why does that sound
Funny.
funny? Yeah.
The track sounds amazing.
No, like it's distorting or clipping or something. It is clipping. That's better. Okay, so those are good. Oh, sorry. Now this probably we can gain it up a lot because it's quiet instruments. There's no bass. The bass takes up a lot of headroom, so you lose. So this one we have to be careful about turning up too loud because it'll sound louder even though it's not. I don't think I would turn it up more than that. No, that's about right. Okay, that's a non-loop. That's good. Anyway, that's that was just nice to listen to. I haven't really listened to this either. It's nice to not be working on the music, you know? Like this is the mastering. This music is finished. I'm not touching it. You know, it's an odd part of the process for me. Or a not very typical part of the process for me.
It's not?
No, because most of the time I hand it off to a mastering engineer or I don't even mix the stuff.
Oh.
You know, although in Empire of Sin, it was a little different. I was mixing and mastering the stuff, but that was mainly because, well, John definitely did mess with the audio because he was responsible. He's the audio director for Empire of Sin. So he was responsible for implementing everything, sound effects, music, whatever. And I like the way he did it. I think there's actually a song in there that's like one of the sketches. It's not supposed to be in there. It's supposed to be a different version of the song, but that it is what it is. That game has been released for a couple years now. Let's save this. So we got 16, 17, 18,
Nice.
19, 20, 21. And I have it numbered here. I've only converted this many files so far because I got to convert the OGGs to waves because I want everything to be the same. This is all the files. So these are numbered the same as my my Google sheet that I was. It's well. Let me put it on without going through my
So that's all the
email on
tracks
stream,
then.
but that's all the tracks. I would just want to show off the document. It's basically your document, but I added to it. And I corrected a couple of things. I forget which ones I did, but Let's see. Oh yeah, I can show this off now. So this is the track sheet. And this is we don't have titles for everything. Some of this is like ridiculously titled. Some of this is Aha, Sting. Like we could put all 12 of those on there in that order or whatever. I don't know. And then this is some of the bonus tracks. These are some of the riffs, which I don't even know if all of them are. I think they are all in the game. If they're all
I
implemented.
don't know if they all are. Like they're in the game, but I don't know if they're all implemented in the game.
Gotcha. So they're in the code, but not necessarily part of the game. Gotcha.
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
feel like.
Yeah, so some of these are bonus tracks. The Halloween is not in the game because that was just like an animation that we did.
Yeah, like a fun thing we did ages ago.
The chapter interlude Ragtime wasn't included. The chapter interlude Slow wasn't included. So I got to just check and see what's what. But there's going to be alternate titles for some of these for the like I don't think we'll put chapter 2 list. I don't know. Maybe we could.
Call them something cooler, you mean?
I don't know. Yeah, something that fits a little better, but like the intro reel. That's not really that interesting of a title. You know what I mean? Some of the rest of these are okay. Tense Waltz, Crimson Diamond.
Yeah, I mean they weren't really. Yeah, they were just.
But they were. That was like, so we could do this on stream without giving away too much.
Well, exactly. Yeah, that's another thing.
Like you can tell that there's going to be a final confrontation. Sure, okay, that's not any big surprise. But we can't really give details on what that was. And even now, I wouldn't want to do that because people are still playing the game. If you want spoilers, go watch somebody stream and watch them play the game at the end or whatever. But
oh yeah, that's a way to do it.
Yeah, you could do that, Mousimus. But if you think about it, this is 45 minutes roughly, just under 45 minutes for the non-bonus stuff, and this is what I'm thinking about putting on the bonus. Nice. So I don't know if everybody's heard all this stuff, but we can play back some of it too.
Sure, let's do it.
One version of this is in the game. I don't know
can't remember which one
it is. Oh, now these aren't playing.
They're great.
I think that one is. I hate Media Player, but it is what it is.
What did you say, Dan?
I said I hate Media Player.
Why?
It's just a bad. It's been kind of garbage since it came out. It's always behind. No, it just doesn't. It's not. I don't know. It's not elegant. It's never been elegant.
Okay.
It's never been elegant.
Can you be more specific or no?
Yeah, Winamp. Didn't anybody use Winamp back in the day? That was elegant.
Awesome.
That's elegant. That's a real piece of software.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly, Tonda. Yeah, I don't think all these are in.
Yeah, probably not. Did I forget to put this one in there? That one's. Did I? Huh. Darn it.
I'd have to play the game to know.
I don't think that was in there.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't.
That's really
good.
Matter. Darn it. That's definitely in there.
I think all the Aha Stings are in there.
That one's in there.
I think all these are in.
I don't know if they are.
No?
No.
I think so.
I'm certain there's at least one I didn't use. Okay, use that one.
That one's in there.
Okay, I think I used that one. Yeah, I did use that one.
I'm pretty sure they're all in here.
I'm not. Yeah, that one's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's at least one I didn't.
Maybe one.
That's similar to the other one, though, right? Like.
Yeah, but I think you used both of them.
I don't know.
You might not have used that one.
I did use that.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
So.
See, these are too similar for me to remember which one I used. Like, I don't have a good ear for this stuff.
By the way, if you guys notice, I'm playing back this stuff, right? And this one, it's throwing errors at the end of the track. Like it just throws an error. Why? That's Winamp. That's this terrible piece of Media Player.
I might not have used that one.
I think you used that
Oh my God. Yeah, these are, yeah, I don't think I used this.
one. No, I don't know.
No.
Anyway,
Yes.
it is what it is. But I think people have heard the most of the theme, obviously, because people sit on
Mm.
the, they play the game and they're
Yeah.
streaming the game or whatever. But anyway,
Oh, Neon Totem. I like VLC as well. I don't play anything.
yeah, VLC is a great, elegant player,
Hmm.
and it'll convert for you too. So, all right. So I have, for some reason, I did 16. What did I do? 16 through 21. So I have 16 through 21. I have to convert all these to Wave because I can't import them directly to Pro Tools because Pro Tools doesn't like Wave files. It's irritating, yes, but that's how Pro Tools is. Sorry, OGG files. Pro Tools likes Wave files, does not like OGG files. I probably, now that I think of it, now this is interesting. Dropbox actually has a converter that I found out about today.
What?
Yeah, so, all right, so let's upload a file and let's see if it'll
Huh.
actually,
Why would it have that?
I don't know. It
Okay.
has like a conversion system. Let me see if we can do anything with this. Share, open and save as. Here you go. Look at this.
It's bizarre.
I can save it as a WAV file. So all I need to do is, all right, so I need to delete this because this is in the wrong location. In theory, all I should have to do, not going to my taxes, first of all, Crimson Diamond. Let's go to the soundtrack. Okay, here's everything. Bass. So I should, oh, I already have it up here. Okay. Okay, so I should just be able to go like this. And then go, oops, not like that. Like this. Save as. Ah, it won't let me do Wave. Why won't it let me do Wave
Just
now?
as if like it won't let you do them all at once, maybe?
I don't know.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't like this because I don't want to do it this way. Save as.
See, there it is.
That's really bizarre. I don't know. Could be a feature of. Okay, so let's see if it. Okay, so it'll let me do 4 at a
Four.
time.
Okay, great.
It doesn't make any sense.
It just from that. Okay, okay.
Okay. Okay, let's go up to 15 because 16 we had already. So let's see if that'll do that. Save as. Wave.
Where does it go?
Magically, oh, it's actually populating right now. Look.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so while that populates, we'll go back to this. And I was actually, if you want, I'll show off something that I'm working on for Hero U.
Yes.
The
Yeah,
next
absolutely. Let's do it.
Well, the next Summer Days at Hero U game. This is something that is not. I played it in our meeting today.
Mm-hmm.
But it is definitely not going into the game as is. So this is more of a sketch.
And what was like the brief for it?
There wasn't really one. I kind of made one.
Okay.
Other than it's going to be the Hero U theme, which there is a version by Brandon Bloom.
Mm-hmm.
He did the. It's actually originally written by Laurie and Corey Cole.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know if I'm allowed to play that version on here, but I do have it. But this is actually something we hate the instrument that the lead is being played on. But anyway.
Okay, let's hear it.
So that's my version, but let's see if we can go to Bloom. He's at Musically Inspired on Twitch. If anybody doesn't know, he's the composer of Summer Days at Hero U, Tilly's Tale. Brandon Bloom, Tilly's Tale. Let's see if we can find it on. I don't know if it's on Bandcamp or not. Some of his stuff is on there.
Oh yeah, I was mentioning that that's for the soundtrack for Crimson Diamond. We're gonna be having it on Steam, a separate thingy. But also, like, what's the site you're gonna have it on? Bandcamp?
The plan is to do Bandcamp. Yeah, it looks like he doesn't have that on here. Betrayed Alliance is on here. MT32. Him and Slat, Ryan Slat Studio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. Yeah, on Mage's Initiation, obviously, I do own this. I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't released separately. But
would we be able to hear it in like a gameplay video or something?
Yeah, we could do that. Actually, I have. Do I have it on here? Tilly. No, I don't. I have a build of the game, but it's actually an early build, and it's from before. Look at this. It converted and it put him right. Oh my gosh, this is like Christmas right now. You don't understand. Or Hanukkah or whatever. Anytime you get presents. Tooth Fairy, I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. 26. Oh, this is the wrong thing now. I got to go back to this. Sound mastering. No, we're not going to save the changes. So anyway, that song is not going to make it in there as is. Yeah, the Mage's Initiation. I never played through the game. I played some of it. I got to play through it though. Bandcamp Friday release. You know, I never thought of that, but that's not a bad idea. It's really not a bad idea. I think it'll take a while, because had I done it differently, maybe I would have tried to release the soundtrack the same day as the game. I don't know. It's hard to do that though.
Yeah, I wonder, because then people haven't even heard the sound, like play the game to hear the soundtrack.
Right, even, that's true too. That's true too. And you know, it'll give us a chance. I was talking to Julie about this. It'll give us a chance to maybe release the soundtrack at the same time with some kind of special version of the game or something, you know, special edition. Who knows? We don't really know.
Yeah, we don't.
We're trying to figure this out, you know.
And even in your MIDI album as well.
That too. So that's going to be a little bit it shouldn't actually be more challenging. It should be less challenging in theory. But, you know, it's a floppy disk, so anything goes at that point. But I did get a floppy disk USB, and I did get it to work. So I have tested it out. It does read floppies on Windows 10, which is good. Which is what I'm still running. Oh, look at this. Jerks. There's a limit. 40. Oops. There we go. Let's see what the limit is. Because it was at least 15 last time. Oh, nope.
So what's
the... This is...
Oh my God.
Oh, you know why? Hold on. That's why.
What's that one?
This is a WAV file already. That's the only reason. Stupid. Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I should know not to do it.
Seriously. It's like, oh, this one's a WAV file already. You sure you want to do that? No? Okay, cool. Here, we'll do the rest. Oh, no, you got a WAV file in there. No, we can't do anything about that.
Yeah, it should pop up like something where do you want to,
seriously.
like, you know, whatever.
Eavesdrop 21. That's right. Okay, so let's do this. Save as waves. And let's see how long it takes, because here it's actually populating.
That's so bizarre that they have that. That's really cool.
It's actually great for me, because now I don't have to do as much work converting it and buy some separate converter. Well, there you go, Dropbox. Dropbox for the win. That's worth the money I pay them every month.
Oh, so you pay them?
Dropbox? Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You have
Okay,
to.
so
I have to
but
anyway.
is that like on the is that available on the free version?
I'm sure it is.
Hmm.
Well, I'm not sure it is.
No. Yeah, what
I
you say?
bet it is, but you know the biggest problem with the free version that everybody runs into is that you run out of space so quickly. So you're like, oh, and then somebody sends you a project in Dropbox. Oh, I can't open it because I'm out of space on my
Hmm.
Dropbox. Like, how embarrassing is that?
Well,
That's
how big is your
terrible.
Dropbox then?
I don't know, 2 terabytes or something like that.
Oh, wow.
I don't
And how
even
much
know
you
how
pay
to.
for it?
I don't know. I think 10, $15 a month. How am I supposed to? I don't have the information for you, Julie. I'm
Well,
not that intelligent.
it's not hard.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Okay, so now I've got all the files. So I guess I could just let's type. Let's sort by type and we're off to the
I think I
races.
don't pay for Dropbox. I think I just have a little Dropbox, and I back up the like most recent stuff.
I was gonna say
I,
you must really curate that thing
yeah,
because
I do, but I pay for Google Drive.
I pay for Google Drive too, and Google
Oh,
Drive is awful. File management wise, it's really awful.
really?
I think so.
Why?
Um, I just don't like. It's just I don't know. It's just a mess. The search feature in there, it's just a mess to me.
I love the search feature.
Do you?
Yeah.
Eh,
Hmm.
nah. I'm just gonna grunt like Marge Simpson for the rest of the stream. I don't know. That sounds probably like the most interesting thing. Right. So look at okay,
Hmm.
whoops. So look at some of these. There's like
Right.
super quiet.
So how come when you first making
Oh
them?
God, that's not
Whoa.
what I wanted to do.
How come when you first made them, then you didn't make them all the same anyway?
You can't really do that.
Mm.
First of all, the MT32 has a mind of its own when it comes to panning
Okay.
and volumes.
Hmm.
That's one. It would be a lot easier to do that if I was. Um, I mean, I guess I could have mastered them as I went, but then every volume you would have to adjust more probably than you did, and I'm sure you had to adjust a lot
Yeah,
still.
like well, a lot of the sound effects you sent me were really super quiet when I
That's
got them.
that's another problem. So the funny part, Bitterman was playing
Hmm.
tonight, right? And he mentions the knocking sound,
Hmm.
and you hear the knocking. It's like he said it's like a huge crazy sound, but he's like, I don't know, it's kind of part of the humor. I think I was like, because
That
we
was
could turn it down, but
because when I was having my testers play it, they're like, it's too quiet. And I'm like, okay.
there you go. And add to the fact that that was done like 2 days before the release of
Yeah,
the
and I'm like,
game.
I just pumped it up myself, and I probably like did it way too much. But I couldn't tell when I pumped it up a little bit that it was any different. So then I was like, okay, I need to hear the difference, and it ends up being like, yeah, like you're it's like the door of a crypt or something. You're trying to beat down the door of a
Yeah,
crypt.
seriously.
It's fine.
It's fine. This is fine. Okay, so the bonus tracks, that's where we're at first. All right, I don't even think there's audio for the first part of this. This is very quiet.
Oh yeah, but this is the Halloween thing.
Yeah, but this has to be mastered if it's going to go on
Oh,
any
you're
of
gonna
the.
put. Oh yeah, you are
It's
putting it
going to
on.
put it on
I
there as a
really like this
bonus
piece
track.
actually.
People appreciate that, people who played the game never heard this.
Yeah,
Like, oh, this is still associated with TCD. Yeah, it is.
I really enjoy this piece actually. Yeah, it just was like completely doesn't work with the actual tone of the game, but I would love to do like a horror game or something.
No, yeah, there's. I mean, yeah, no, it doesn't.
I love it. It's so fun.
And this is weird because I have this really loud part at the end.
Mm.
So, like, if I was mastering or compressing this, you would lose all the dynamics. This is probably the most dynamic piece because it's not really part of the game. That's like
Yeah,
super loud.
yeah. It was like a bespoke thing. Like it was exactly.
pretty loud. Okay, I gotta turn that down a little bit.
Yeah, because that sequence, with that one was not, didn't have any text boxes or anything like that. It just went. It was like basically scoring, a normal thing, like a
Yeah, like
film
a
or
picture. It was like scoring the
yeah,
picture, I guess.
yeah. Oh, this is a good one too.
Okay, that's too loud. All right. That's about as loud as it needs to be already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'd leave that alone.
Another favorite. Oh, we made it louder.
Yeah, that's about as loud as I'd make it, I think. So that's about right. Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, it's got to be louder, but do you want you really want that louder? Ugh.
Mm-hmm. It's fine.
It's harsh. Maybe I'll turn it down. I'll leave that one alone too. Okay, that doesn't look bad. That's about right.
That's so good.
Nope, that's too loud. So what's the tradition in terms of like the track order for games, soundtracks?
Probably vaguely in chronological.
In game chronological order, but yeah, I guess it has to be vague because some of the stuff doesn't happen chronologically.
Yeah.
Or it could happen out of order kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, this one probably needs to be boosted, but again, like, you're kind of treading, I don't know. Yeah, this needs to be boosted. You just get a lot of air out of it.
Air?
Like just like the noise of the MT32 machine. Oh, that's too loud. Yeah, that can't be any louder than this. Main tracks are roughly in chronological order. Yeah.
And that's kind of having stings kind of in between would be kind of nice. It reminds me of like the Kill Bill soundtrack kind of did that.
Well, have you seen that some of Team Fat is on here with soundtracks, the original soundtrack. There we go. The Fat Man in Team Fat has quite a few albums. Wing Commander, Peps, Putt Putt, Pajama Sam.
Oh, cool.
And then some of these I don't know the other ones, but like the
Hmm.
there's a couple. There's a Wing Commander one that I thought was pretty cool. And these, I guess these are Putt Putt Saves the Zoo Wild Edition. I guess they're in chronological order.
Like roughly, yeah.
Yeah. Seventh Guest. Yeah, this is the Wing Commander stuff, which I thought was pretty cool. This is the complete MT32 archival
Mm.
edition. 55 tracks. I don't know what the runtime is.
Those are long, some of them. Holy
Some of
cow.
them, yeah. 5 minutes,
Yeah,
4
5 minutes.
minutes. Does it tell us how long? It should tell us the total runtime. No, it just tells us the number of songs. Yeah. But anyway, this stuff is pretty cool, and my daughter and I actually just started playing this game, this putt putt game.
Aw.
So this is a great song.
Batman's got a secret. I've got a secret. I just had to let you know. I've got a secret.
Here's our copyright claim.
Go.
Yeah, probably.
We haven't had one yet.
So it's interesting. Somebody said games. Edenway said game show music, right? I agree. This intro,
Mm-hmm.
that's like Price is Right or something like that kind of vibe. It's the instrumentation, the orchestration they used, and the instruments that they chose. It's fretless bass, which is kind of an odd choice. Popular in 2003, not really. I don't know. I don't think so. And then the horns were more like 80s
Mm.
or 70s even.
I've got a secret. I just had to let you know. I've got a secret. A place you need to go. It's the party of the century.
I think it's actually fake bass too. I think it's
Fake bass?
keyboard a fretless bass. Something. It sounds good. If I'm questioning it, it sounds good, but it's I don't know. I just think that music is really well done, really well
Mm-hmm.
orchestrated, and it works for, I wish games didn't take so long to make, because then I would be like making all kinds of different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think what's the average development? 3-4 years
Something like
for
that.
most games, and it doesn't really
Probably.
matter the size of the team.
It's
Obviously,
weird, but yes.
you could crank out. I mean, you could probably crank out TCD2 with a 20-person team if you really wanted to, but
But
it
yeah,
doesn't make
like
financial sense probably.
no, and besides, like the whole thing is like when you scale up, then you most of your day is spent in meetings where you're
Yeah.
having to communicate to each other, where it's just like there's a certain point where it's
Yuck.
just yeah,
Oh,
diminishing returns
yuck.
kind of thing.
I can't scale up then. I'm going to have to stay exactly
No, you
where I'm
can't.
at.
Can't scale up. But I was say, ooh,
Let's see.
I was saying to these guys, I think I could probably do the second one after everything I've learned with the first one, like maybe 4 years.
I think you could do it quicker, but
Yeah.
it depends on, cuz you're going to make quality of life improvements to quality of life improvements that you made in the first game. You know what I mean?
I
You're
don't
going
know.
to
I'm pretty
want
happy
to.
with the systems. Like the only thing that I would, yeah, the parser is like could be a little better, but that's only
Just
my
needs the
thing. Like,
word, the U word.
no.
So many streamers I watched
Mhm.
type it in and they're like,
Yeah, I
oh,
saw
I love
a
it.
review or something where
I
like
love it.
someone's like, I got to the last chapter and I was still trying to use the word use.
Yeah.
No.
But I don't know. You could, I mean, obviously you're going to want to redo a lot of or maybe all the artwork.
Oh yeah, yeah. The artwork is like pretty much all going to be different.
Yeah.
That's going to change. But like the systems, I'm pretty happy with the systems. Like some of them are a little bit sloppily done, but that's because I'm sloppy. But I'll be better next time. But yeah, I'm actually thinking that the system's already in place, and that those took a long time to figure out and even to get right.
Right. So
Um,
you don't even have to do most of that stuff. You got the
no.
parser system,
Yes.
you got the font,
Yes,
you
the
know.
font, like there's so much I'll be able to reuse. Of course the art will be original, but and the music will be original. Um, but yeah, I wonder if we're gonna do like a variation on the theme or something. We're just gonna do the same theme. I don't know.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's gonna be like, and I'm not gonna overscope it. Like, I'm not gonna be like Nancy in space and just going all over the place. It's not happening that way. I'm pretty sure I know what I want to do, and it might be a little bit bigger than Crimson Diamond is in terms of the number of rooms, maybe, but even maybe not. I don't know. I like a tight game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think people liked the length. I mean, they seem to like everything about the game. There's not much. The critiques I've seen so far, especially with the music and the audio, are you could go either way. You
Mhm.
might cause yourself more harm than
Yeah,
good by
yeah.
addressing that, you know? So I don't know.
That's exactly Ghost Goes a Maple Mystery on Mars.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're not
Um,
doing that.
you know. Oh yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Jeff G asks, did you use a puzzle dependency chart for figuring out how to link the puzzles? I did. A few of them needed flowcharts just for the puzzles themselves because some of them were complicated. Some of them you can do in different ways as well. So that was a bit tricky, but for the most part, I didn't really do that. I did some though. Like when it was getting
Sorry.
complicated, I did some of that.
Why did that still play back? That should not have played back. That really shouldn't be playing back. That's interesting. Okay. Do I have two masters here? Is that what's going on? No. I have no idea. Okay. Anyway, whatever. That's how you want to play it. Oh, then I can put no output here. Then you won't hear it. No, that's no good. And those
Mhm.
volumes are basically how the MT32 decide to behave that day. Unless you reset everything completely. Yeah, anyway, that's a whole
I
nother
love
story.
this piece. I love
I
how
don't want to
weird it
make
is.
that any louder.
Mhm.
I think I'm going to leave that one as is. This one could be louder, maybe. Okay, that seems okay. It's a hair too loud. Okay. That's better. Okay.
These are so good, Dan. Like,
Thank you. I wouldn't make this one louder.
mhm.
I'd leave that alone too. I don't think I'd make that louder either. That's about right.
Mhm.
Oh, what this needs though is a fade.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's good.
This might be the most recent thing we did, the most recent piece.
This was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, that one's good.
I love that. That's definitely in there, and I love it. So good.
That's good. Oh god.
Whoa.
Like, do I want these really loud? I don't think so. It's just annoying. Oh, thank you, Trash Cat.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, well, you don't have to play that anymore.
These are the stings. Yeah, everything is so good. Yeah.
I don't think any of this stuff I would change volume-wise. Maybe this one's too loud? No, it's really not. No, it's all fine. Oh. That's about right. I mean, that could be quieter, I guess. Okay. God, sorry. That's about right. Ah. That's about right. That's actually too loud.
I don't know if I use that one. I like it. Did I use it?
It's considered a bonus track.
Okay, because I don't think I used it.
Oh god. That looks fine. This looks quiet. Do I really want to make it louder? I don't think so. I think that's about it. Next question is this track list, is this in chronological order roughly?
Hold on. It's like really blurry on that screen. Hold on. I'm gonna wait
I
till
don't
it comes
think
back
so.
up on the iPad.
I don't think so.
Uh,
I think this might be the order though.
That's fine.
I think this might be the order. I don't think anybody's going to kill us for not ordering or putting the tracks in order that they thought they should be in.
I don't know. That could be the first negative review.
It's too blurry. Weird. I don't know why.
I can read it on the iPad, but I can't read it on the actual Zoom call. It's doing some sort of weird, like AI, like trying to clear it up, and it makes it look completely illegible on the actual Zoom call. It's bizarre, but if I just look at it on the stream, it looks fine.
Gotcha.
I don't know. It's freaking me out, actually, the one on the Zoom call, but yeah, I can see it here.
Print all of these.
Yeah, that's definitely not in the right order, but yeah, I don't know. I guess. Do you want me to try to reorganize those?
Nope.
Okay, cool. I would love to make like a short game I feel like that would be a nice palate cleanser. And I'm not gonna like go into specifics about what I want that to be, but I already have an idea of there's an ending for the Crimson Diamond where there's a potential to kind of tell the story about what happens in between an ending. And so I was thinking that would be a fun little short little game. As a way for me to actually create like a template for the actual sequel that is cleaner than the actual game is for Crimson Diamond. Yeah, exactly. I want to do an AGI thing.
with
I
the
want to do
waltz.
AGI styles. You make Dan do PC speaker music or something. I don't know. Um,
Oh, Gomon Sama has the
yeah.
Michael Jackson Moonwalker. I love it.
But yeah, I want to, because yeah, the Crimson Diamond's the code is a mess. And so I want to kind of take that and then clone it and then fix it up and clean it up and just make it super bare bones and small and then use that to build like a super quick little like 2 hour game or something. And then use that as a jumping off point for the actual big one again.
Okay, so
A jam. I don't know if I could do a jam deluxe talks. I can't imagine doing a jam. Uh, it sounds really stressful.
I think what I have to do is select all. I don't even know if I can do this way. Select all. Command Shift K. Can I do this? Wave interleave 24-bit. I want 48. Not that it really matters. I want to choose a new directory. Let's say, oops, that was the wrong thing. Let's say soundtrack. Use current folder, export. Let's see if this does it right or if it does it wrong. Then all I got to do is title these a little more elegantly, and I think we're ready to go.
I guess you would know, like for AGI games, what type of music do they have?
What do you mean?
For like, Gold Rush or like King's Quest
PC
2.
speaker. Everything was PC speaker, and maybe, yeah, as far as I know, King's Quest 3 was all PC speaker. It didn't change until King's Quest 4. I don't
Would you
think
do
there is Tandy 1000 music for some of those games. For King's Quest 3 specifically has like Tandy 1000. Yeah, 3 voice. But that's it's a step up from PC speaker, but it's not a huge step up from PC speaker. I wouldn't really be interested in composing for Tandy 3 voice or PC speaker. It's just too hard. It's
would
too
would
hard.
would you consider just doing like a Crimson Diamond theme version on one of those?
I wouldn't. Somebody else might, but not me.
Oh, fine.
I don't think it's not worth the effort.
Well, I only asked because I would want like one song to start like the launch, when the little game that I want to make that's going to be AGI style
You know
to
what
make.
you can do? You could use a tracker, and you could do it in like what's the game engine that I was trying to work in? Pico, Pico 8.
Mhm.
You could do it in the tracker in Pico 8. Have you ever heard any of the music from? Is it Pico 8? That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, it is, but I don't know. I've not.
Yeah, it's got like a tracker in there that's kind of PC speaker-ish.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'll look into that.
It's not really that cool to me, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not about what I think. Let me see. At the end of the day, it's what the people want. And I don't really know what the people want, so there's that too.
Well, look at all this music you made that everyone seems to love, so you're doing something right.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about like, knowing the ins and outs of things. I don't know. Olympics. Celine Dion. That was pretty amazing because she can't really perform anymore. She doesn't have a voice. She has like a crazy muscle
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah, like it's called locked person or something.
Yeah,
Something.
and that's basically
Stiff person.
stiff
Yeah.
person, and that's basically what happens. You like
Yeah.
muscles just stiffen gradually over time.
Yeah, it's
Worse
terrible.
and worse. Yeah. I'm missing the theme. Where the hell's the
Oh
theme?
my god.
Oh, I probably didn't download it. That's why. TCD theme. Yeah, I'm sure that's why. Oops. Yeah, it's already there.
Haha, Mouseman says, looks like some people have coded MIDI to PC speaker converters.
Well, if they do that, it would be easy, but I bet it's not. It doesn't allow you to do what you'd really want to do musically and like
What do you
synth
mean?
wise. Well, because it's not programmed the same way. MIDI wouldn't be able to cover all the parameters. I don't
Yeah, I
think.
mean, you know how I feel about it. I'm not super picky, so I probably would totally just use one of those.
Yeah, I think a tracker would be the best way to do
A
it.
tracker? Okay, I'll look up that.
Something like
Pico
that.
8 tracker.
Okay, let's see. Oops, why do I keep going to the wrong place?
Deluxe Talks, have a good night. Thank you so much for being here all throughout the development. You've been here for
Yeah.
a long time.
Thank you
Yeah.
for sure. This is like huge milestones.
Yeah,
Release is a
thanks
big.
for
I mean,
helping us
getting a
celebrate.
game shipped. That's what I hear is the most difficult thing to do. Is shipping a game. It's all good to make one and say, oh yeah, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. Can you ship a game? That's what it comes down to.
We did it, Dan.
We shipped the game.
We did it.
But it wasn't your first game and it wasn't my first game.
Well, okay, like I only contributed art for other games. Like I didn't actually
I only
have to
contributed soundtracks for every game. So there you go. Real artist ship. Yep, some guy named Steve. Okay, so I think we have what we need. So now the interesting thing is,
except for the theme song, which
no, I got it. I put it in there.
oh, okay.
So I have everything. I can go to my Bandcamp page and see if I can log in. Somebody was asking me about it. I can't even tell you how to get to the page.
Oh.
So dantheband.bandcamp.com. Okay, there you go. This is my artist profile.
Cool.
Tools. There's a way to no. I've never actually like sold an album. Okay, here we go. I have a draft for it. Next tip, add your artist photo, add your artist bio. You can return to your dashboard.
This is really cute, those little circles.
So this is what I have to do. This is songs that I got to get rid of and delete off my Bandcamp because these are all way old. They're from 2011. And they're all remixes and they're all stealing IP and should get content ID'd, but it's Bandcamp, so, and I'm not charging for them, so they don't care. So I guess edit. Let's see. Add a track. Uploading a lot of tracks? Yes, I am.
Are you literally doing this right now?
Yeah, why not?
Amazing. Oh my God, this is very exciting.
I can't promise you that it'll be up and ready to go tonight, but at least we'll have a starting point. Okay, here it is. This is everything. Can I just drag and drop it? No, I can't. Figures. Add track without audio.
Yeah, Garrett, because I know nothing about any of this stuff.
I know very little about it as well. Other than oops. Oh God, I think I might have to do it upload one at a time.
Oh no! How dare you, Bandcamp?
Untitled track.
Oh no!
And I'm gonna have to retitle them. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so we're not doing this tonight all.
Let's see if I can just get one. This is the track
just add one.
Queued up. That's fair. Okay. Downloadable. Enable individual track purchase. Nope. Well, I guess you could, if you really want to buy the theme, you can, but I'm not going to do that for the whole thing. Just buy the whole damn thing. You can pay $1 for something. You could pay $7 for 50 tracks or $1 for one track. It doesn't make sense. Oh, I uploaded the same thing again.
Yeah, I saw you do that. I was
Great.
wondering if it was just like a delay on my part
Wonderful.
that I was seeing you
It's
upload the same track, but apparently you
delay
did.
on my brain's part.
Well, this is very absorbing.
Tense waltz. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do all this and put it on here, but I think
Oh,
what a great time for a raid. DC
DC
Bueller
Bueller.
was literally the person who was asking about my Bandcamp yesterday. Amazing.
You're literally seeing it happen, like in real time, DC Bueller. We're adding the score to Bandcamp.
I'm putting the score on Bandcamp. You helped motivate us. Well, me. Because Julia doesn't have control of the assets like that. She does, but she doesn't
No.
have the mastering
Yeah, this is
skill
like the
set.
Dan. Yeah, this is Dan's music after all, so he can do with it as he wishes. Besides putting it in another game, of course. But
Oh dear Lord. Unless what about a sequel to the Crimson Diamond?
oh yeah, you're fine with that. I'm
Yeah.
fine with that. DC Bueller, by the way, thank you so much. I loved watching you play the other night. It was
So-
fantastic.
You guys are here. Can you do a shout out for DC?
I
Oh, you
did.
did. Thank you. Good. Thank you. Let's show off some of the let's play
Yeah,
a
do
couple
it.
of the tracks
Yeah.
since we're here and we have all the tracks mastered now. Anything in particular?
I forget what chapter DC Bueller got to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the music is necessarily much of a spoiler.
No, it's not a spoiler because we don't even say like when it's from and
Yeah.
stuff.
Just pick a couple random ones.
Mhm. Oh, nice.
And there's the loop.
Yay.
So that's cozy mood norm,
Yeah.
which just means I made it louder at an earlier point. Play something else. Fractal Mind Mike, what's up, man?
Ah.
Dude. So what was the official number? 12 hours? Can we shout out
Oh,
can we shout out
absolutely.
Mike?
Yeah.
12 was it
absolutely.
12 hours straight?
Yeah.
I think it was. But I was in there for a while. You were in there for a
Yes.
while.
And then went to
And then I
sleep,
think
and
I went to sleep and
and
came
then I
back
woke
too.
up.
Still
And
in
then
there for a while.
yeah, and you're like, he's still playing. I'm like, what?
12-hour stream. Dang. Man, I'll tell you what, I get tired after like 2 or 3 hours of this. This is like too much for me. I don't know. I don't know how people do all these things.
Hey,
Amiga
Amiga
Cami.
Cammy. Good to see you. Oh, yeah, amazing. Fractal Mind Mike, incredible.
So, I don't know. We could play another track from here.
Yeah,
Let's
let's do
play
it.
Sleepy.
Perfect.
Oh, sorry. Another waltz. Okay, we got that through that twice. I was reading chat. Yeah, there's some good stuff. You know, the other thing I was listening to Amiga Bill, or I watched
Mm.
Amiga Bill the other day, Sunday, on his stream, and he was playing Lemmings, obviously the Amiga version. And I was listening to the music, and it's mod music, which is it is made by trackers using like little samples, and that's how they kept the music sounding kind of like high quality but also really small file sizes at the time.
Why do you say obviously Amiga Lemmings?
Well, Amiga didn't really do much with MIDI. Like MIDI was not common on
Mhm.
Amiga because it sounded good without MIDI.
Oh no, I mean, but you said he was obviously playing the Amiga Lemmings.
Oh, well, because it's Amiga Bill.
Oh, right, of course. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. His name is Amiga Bill.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this just tipped me off.
And he like when I met him in person, that's what I called him, and he was, you know, I think that's how most people address him, except maybe when he's filming, doing his film work, you know.
Yes, don't mind me. I'm not firing on all cylinders over here.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, dude. I feel you on that, DC Bueller. Like I raid people and then I'm like Amiga William. I raid people and then I'm like I'm exhausted.
Hmm.
Thanks. See you later. Tonight wasn't too bad. We did mostly non-brain taxing work,
Mm.
I would say.
Work that had to be done.
Work that had to be done, at least if we wanted to get this soundtrack released. Now the good thing is this is all done.
Hmm.
What I'm gonna have to do next, I'm not gonna be able to work on the floppy disk um, while I'm gone, but I could potentially work on the MIDI if I organize things right. And I don't know that I'll
Nice.
be able to, but that would be
Nice.
nice.
Because we
um,
got plans, man. We got
yeah,
plans.
yep. Yeah, I'm actually leaving again on tour on Monday. Well, technically we have a show this weekend. If anybody lives in the New York area, we're playing in Queens free show.
What show is this?
In Roy Wilkins Park. It's called Rise Up New York. It's something sponsored by the mayor
Whoa.
or
Is this Sean
whatever.
Paul?
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
So
Did
that's
you
a
tell
free.
Francisco about it?
No. I don't remember these things.
What are you talking about? Francisco's probably not here. Francisco. Okay, okay, so tell me what it is and
It's an
I'll tell him, you
event.
tell him.
It's an event called Rise Up,
Rise,
Rise Up or Rise something.
New York.
Rise Up Festival.
Where is it? When
It's
is
in
it?
Roy Wilkins Park on Saturday. At I
Okay.
think the showtime is 6. I think
Saturday
doors
at
are at
6.
5 and
Can
showtime
can
is
you get him
6.
backstage?
Well, I don't know what the backstage
Right.
situation is, but I would think so. I have a lot of people coming because my
Of
family's going to
course.
be in town.
Yeah.
Plus, it's an early show, so
Hmm.
that'll be cool. Um,
I'll see you next week.
yep, and then I'll be in Canada I'll be in Toronto on Tuesday, right?
I don't know. The show's Wednesday.
The show's Wednesday. Oh yeah, maybe that's true.
You can put me on the will call list over there.
Yep,
And that's Budweiser stage, so it's gonna be like it's a
it's a
big
lot bigger.
venue.
It's sold out already too.
Oh crap. That's
I don't
awesome.
know. That's a lot bigger than the last venue. History
Yeah,
was
it's tiny. It's like 1,200 or
800
something.
people. Yeah, something like that.
But Budweiser, I didn't even know you could sell out a Budweiser stage because it's like an outdoor venue. I just thought they just let people sit on the grass or something.
Well, maybe whatever capacity they
Hmm.
just they have different capacity limits and then they sell based on that
I
and they say,
see.
okay, this is a sellout. That's how they do
My favorite is the backstage because of their snacks.
it.
I like the snacks. I like the free food. It's so fun.
Ours isn't great. It's okay. It
What do you
depends. I
mean?
mean, Budweiser stage might be a little different. Um, it depends. I don't know. It depends on where we are. We've gotten some amazing spreads and some not so amazing spreads. And sometimes you get an amazing spread that is just not good, even though it looks amazing.
Oh,
And you're
well,
like,
that's not
man,
amazing. What's
that
not
happens
amazing
a
about
lot.
something?
That
Like,
happens a lot. I
what
hate to
makes it not
say it. It
amazing?
happens a lot in France. France
Oh,
is
interesting.
notorious for like putting on these productions of catering backstage and it just being garbage. The food is
Oh,
like not good. I
okay,
don't
what's
know
a
how
good
to.
place? What's a good place?
Sri Lanka.
Oh my God, also. Is it like is
If
it
you want
Sri
to go
Lankan food?
there. Yeah, I don't know, I guess.
Oh my God.
I wasn't too sure. We ate like kings in Sri Lanka. Um Africa was pretty good. Although you don't necessarily want to be too adventurous
Mm,
unless your stomach is really used to,
hmm.
different types of meats and stuff. There's a restaurant called Carnivore Restaurant in Africa. I think it's in Kenya,
Mm,
but they'll serve all kinds of exotic
hmm.
meats. And if your stomach is not used to that, you're going to punish yourself.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily recommend that. I don't know. We're gonna raid Macaw later, right?
Yeah, man.
So you want to play another song, or should we just raid him?
Whatever it's your stream, man. You do as you please. It's your stream, your music.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Let's play. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Let's play one more song.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
How about the flashback thing?
Yeah.
Oh God. Sorry, I keep doing this all day.
Why does it do that?
Because I have all of them playing at
Oh,
the
playing
same
it.
time.
Okay.
Unless I press the solo button, then it
I
solos
see.
that track.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, there we go.
That one I think is interesting because I don't think it actually even loops. I mean, it can loop, but I don't think it does in the game.
Oh, it doesn't loop in the game. It's just a
I don't
one
think so.
time.
Like it's just one sequence where there's no dialogue or anything. Because the issue that, of course, the game has is because the
Player
text boxes
control.
are
Yeah.
player controlled, so you just never know how long the music has to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And you know, Corey Cole said to me that at the adventure game fanfare
Mm-hmm.
a couple weeks ago, he asked George Sanger, the Fat Man,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
about looping music, and what's
Mm-hmm.
the answer? Should it loop? Should it? And George Sanger said, you know what? After all this time, I don't know. he, he said he wasn't sure. So if
What do
he's
you mean,
not
should it or
sure,
should it not? It kind of depends when what the situation
yeah,
is.
and I like the idea of, oh, by the way, did I show this off on stream last week where we did the Mario Odyssey where he goes Super Mario Odyssey adaptive music demo? Did we show that off or 2 weeks ago?
You maybe showed it last.
So I've shown it before. Okay, I
I
just
think you've
wanted to
shown it
make sure.
before.
But it's basically it's kind of the ultimate in adaptive music, and adaptive music just means responding to the player,
Mm-hmm.
responding to the player's input in one way or another. Like iMuse is the
Mm-hmm.
kind of the originator um of that trend, I guess. The best way to It's not even really a trend, it's kind of standard practice now, but that's how they started. Um yeah, it's interesting, that's adaptive music, and to be able to be adaptive in a game like this, in a game like a visual novel, um I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, like I think for adventure games it's kind of strange because the player state does not change very much. Like you think of something like Mario and like he has different forms and there's like time could be running out or there's so many different ways that the character itself can change and the situation can change. And I feel
Right.
like for adventure games like iMuse is more like from transitioning from room to room almost more than anything.
Well,
Or
it's not even just the original iMuse was room to room,
yeah.
or area to area kind
Mm-hmm.
of, but it became way more complex than that. Like what I'm thinking about right now is for Hero U, Ifeo's Adventure, I'm thinking about just the menu. There's
I
a
see.
menu like
Interesting.
I think the menu has 4 or 5 options. I want there to be a selection of sounds for each
Hmm.
one that plays in the key of the song that's playing, and
Hmm.
kind of like randomized how they do it so it sounds really sonically put together well. I don't know. Anyway, it may be beyond scope of what I can do in the amount of
Hmm.
time that I have, but we'll see.
I know that
Anyway,
Space Warlord Organ Fitting Simulator does something like with menus and music and with that is quite apparently quite good.
I've got
So I
to
don't know if
play
you
it
want to
some
check that
more.
out. Yeah, you got to check it out because like the music is
I've
incredible on
played
it, and
it.
the way
It's been a while, but
it kind of just the way like the music combines and changes depending on what's happening with the menus and
yeah,
stuff. It's
that's
really
kind of
cool.
what I want to do
Yeah,
more
exactly. Yeah.
of. Anyway, let's raid
Yeah, let's do this. I'm so excited. Macaw, they
Macaw
for I Feel This Life, we said Macaw's
45.
gonna try to finish tonight,
Did I
which
do
is very
this right?
exciting.
Yes, I
Yes, you
did.
did.
Okay. And let's anybody who's a Maple Mystery subscriber, let's give them some Nancy Maple and some diamonds and some
Yes, let's
fish
do
heads
this.
and things like that.
All the things.
Exactly.
All the
All the
things.
custom emotes.
All the good stuff.
All right, thank
Um,
you guys for watching. And next Tuesday, Julie will be back doing something. I don't know what.
yeah, I've been actually doing an EGA demake of my own key art.
Oh, that's
So,
what you're gonna continue that one.
yeah, I
Okay,
think so.
yeah. And thank you guys all for playing this
Yeah.
and reviewing it. Reviewing it is like the most valuable thing right now.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if you haven't left a review, I know Fractal Mind Mike left
Hmm.
a great review, but if you haven't left a review and you're playing it, please do, because that means a lot to the future of how the direction of all this goes. Basically,
Yes. Exactly.
that's the best way
Yeah.
to put it.
And what we want is like we want that sequel. I want to do that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
excited about it
for
already. So
sure. All right, thank you everybody, and I'll
yeah.
see you guys on streams and hopefully on your streams as well.
Yes. Let's do this.
Okay, there we go.
Get
Oh no.
print. Wait. Look at print. No. Search print. No.
Okay, so we can
Damn the
stop.